chosen one. Because why else would all the enemies go after him and literally beat him to death?
This is an easy target.
Remember, it was also just like a pride thing with one character. He was standing in front of two monsters, and they just ignored him.
Yep. So funny.
I have a lot of spells for a fighter.
Side note, we are now officially live for anyone wondering. The 5-minute timer is
More
currently
spell
up.
slots than the Warlock.
I actually have the same amount as she does.
And you're not a spellcasting class.
a warlock.
Nope.
I
I have one
100% would disguise myself as a scramble man to get into the BBEG's fortress.
I have
Sorry,
one level
so
of zero.
Oh yes. Part of me was thinking that you would also be someone to fall for that.
that too. That was my initial reaction, and then I was like, "Aw, cute possum." And then I read the thing, and I was like, I would also do that.
Oh, by the way, for anyone wondering, the Saturday group is currently the ones in the lead with 5 tallies under their belt.
5 tallies? What does that mean?
Because each sub is a tally.
Oh,
So they're the group.
that's because they had like 2 sessions ahead of us. Come on.
No, funny enough, the first time we implemented this, there was nothing there. Then every other group also had to skip one, so technically they are on the same amount of like sessions as everyone else. They didn't actually get the 5 tallies start until their second week.
I did resub before we jumped on today. Does that count?
Let me take a look. Where you said you resubbed?
Yeah, I subbed today.
It hasn't shown up on my Twitch feed, so it might not have actually gone through. I would take a look. Try seeing if you have any of the if you have access to the emotes, because if you don't have access to the emotes, then it's clear that like your resub didn't go through.
I'll look at it from the live view too. I should also be seeing an alert for it.
I'm seeing the emotes.
Oh, that's weird. Why did that not show? Let me pull it up. I'm seeing the last notification I have is Meta Yoshi following me 19 hours ago.
Yeah, that's also the last thing I have.
Weird.
And once again, what's your Twitch user?
It's Kaitlyn the Witch.
I have. Let me actually scroll down to the notifications. Even as far as like 17 days ago, I'm not seeing anything with your
It's
username.
crazy.
Damn, rip.
Just in case, take a look at it.
They never subbed. Oh, no tallies.
Wait a minute, hold on. I'm actually curious. Was it one of the ones that was gifted?
My first one was.
Okay, your first one was. Take a look. I don't know if there's a way to see a status of subscription.
It's showing on my list, my subscription list.
Huh. Yeah, I'll go ahead and give it a count. Yeah, knowing where you're gonna be, let me update it in my notes. Tuesday group now has 1 tally.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right here. Kaitlyn, try typing something in chat right now.
I'm gonna.
That's a
You mean 2 month subscriber?
2-month subscriber.
Yeah. All right. Yep. No, I'm adding it to the tally list.
Hey.
Yo, 1 tally. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes. Also,
I'm just
Nixian,
gonna use all of our emotes. Is all I'm gonna do.
yes. I love how the one you use to represent it is you use the parish one. What a perfect one.
It's so good.
I love it.
I'm also a huge fan of this one.
Let me see. Oh yes, the Grey Goth finger guns.
Oh, it's so good.
Nixian, did you send your updated art in the group yet?
Oh, I sent it to you in DMs. Give it.
Oh no, I was more. No, obviously for myself, I
I
haven't.
haven't.
I was gonna say
you
yeah.
know what?
Show it to everyone.
I'm sad seeing the Floribunda one, so I'm sad.
Put down the food. Don't eat it after.
I have put the. Let me see where I put that one.
Thanks for the food.
Yeah, I'm supposed to DD Jim.
Because I know.
Oh, there it is.
Yes. Oh, there it is. In DD General, look at Nixian finished his Namielle art.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I want to see. Oh, she's so cute.
Thanks.
You really did a good job, Nixian.
You did a great job.
Also, because of Kaitlyn, we're now 9 subs away from the sub goal being completed. I'm gonna be put through hell because after doing this one Nuzlocke, I'm realizing how terrifying ROM hacks are. And was it the person who joined the stream last night gave me an idea to do a wedlock for the for the sub goal one, and that's just very scary.
How's a wedlock?
Basically, think of it like this: the starter gets paired with the first Pokemon you catch, and from then on, those two are always together. Whether or not they're in the team, they're dead, or they're in a PC, they're always together. And then the third and fourth Pokemon you catch are paired up, followed by the fifth and sixth, etc., etc., etc. To the point where if you want Pokemon A must always have Pokemon B with them. So if you want Pokemon A in your party, Pokemon B must come into the party as well.
I hate a cute shark.
That's funny.
It's
Seriously, Xeno's just gonna do a soul link with me.
basically. Okay, let's see. The 5-minute timer is passed. And so without further ado, everyone, let's go ahead and get started. And welcome everyone back to another D&D stream with the Tuesday group. I know it's been some time since we've been here, but last we left off with a bit more travel and a bit more understanding as to what's going on with this strange, crimson rash. We are realizing the stakes at hand, especially since 2 people were infected by it. One of which was our NPCs, and the other one was, if I remember correctly, I think it was either Gizzard or Namielle.
Nah, wouldn't be me, man.
You're the one. No, who stabbed their coin?
Yeah, it was me, dude.
It was you. Okay, yeah.
I blame the economy.
The economy.
Yes.
Inflation. Stab.
So
Goddamn.
with
That's one way to put
with
it.
with this sickness affecting Gizzard and the NPC whose name I have right here once again, Lilura. We now have a timer on our hands, as this sickness could mean far worse for our players than they realize. Pulling it up. There it is. So, as you guys are getting together, you notice that Spyro is doing that thing in the Homebrew World we know where players T-pose. And it dawns on you guys, like a switch has been flipped in your minds. There is a thing you can do in situations like this when you feel like your adventurer ally is not going to be with you for quite some time. A small little jingle. Would anyone care to do the honors?
I don't think we actually remember the jingle.
I don't.
Yeah, you said it once. Yeah, you said it once.
Put it in
I got
D&D
it,
general.
I got it.
I put it in D&D general.
Oh, sorry, I'm like chewing. Give me a second. I stuffed
I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
Do it while you're doing.
like a good mark. Manny is there.
Bam! The finger guns, and thus a bugbear appears of towering stature and size. This bugbear, you notice, bears little to no weapons, clearly armed with the weapons that they were given since birth. Anything you say, Mr. Bugbear?
The bugbear is currently brushing his teeth. It looked like he was looking very closely in the mirror. He looks around and goes, "Oh, sorry, I'm Manny." I'd put my hand out to whoever did the jingle.
That would be me. Hello, Lilura. Wow, your guild's very prompt.
Oh yes, you have some of the fastest agents in the universe. Looks like you've got a pretty bad case of T-poser over there.
Yes, unfortunately. Who knows where his spirit is while his corporeal form is here?
Manny sort of like walks up to the body, like starts kind of examining it. And goes, yes. It's looking like at least 5 weeks.
Oh, well,
My
that's
expert opinion.
that's
This
dark.
is quite a while.
That's a good while. Very glad
That's
that
a
we,
long while.
yes, very glad that we have have access to your services, Manny, and the other Mannies and the world, I suppose.
Manny is always happy to serve. Give her a
Side note.
small bow.
Thank you so much, Big Scary Goblin, for the follow. That's another tally for the Tuesday group.
And we
Oh, let's go, let's go.
Put a
That's
cloth
2 subs.
over.
Oh yeah, nice.
And so, with this, we Allura and Damien chime in. So wait, hold on. Just being sure, we've had access to this the entire time.
Didn't know.
Yes.
Shit, and we paid for you all already. Well, whatever.
I think it's more of a temporary
I guess that means you're stuck with us.
Side note, your volume is a little low, Tyler. Try to move closer to the mic.
Let me see if I can fix it.
Yeah.
Is that a little bit better?
No, disconnect, reconnect.
Okay.
It looks like we've got another T-poser. Oh, never mind. He's moving again.
Go ahead and give it a try, Tyler.
Is that a little bit better?
No, it's still a little low. Go ahead and once again, I have no issue with you doing the test. We'll let you know when it sounds better.
Cool. Let me try one more thing.
Oh, there it is, right there. That works.
Oh, that works?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
So-
weird. How does that work? Okay.
So, shall we get a move? Shall we get a move on? Allura has a cough, and you guys see a little bit of blood coming out with that. Like, we'll say, like, maybe like what I can only describe as big of a speckle as someone with red paint flicking the paint off of the paintbrush.
Ooh.
Too real. No. So, yes, let's get a move on, please.
All right. Normally we have Spyro right there in the front. You guys can go ahead and discuss positions on the cart for today, as you go ahead and head on through.
Well, I mean, I'm still driving, but if anybody else wants to join me in the front, is more than happy.
I can be at the front.
All right.
Yeah? Oh, I get another co-pilot? Oh, that's so sweet.
I would like to, if I can, during the travel time, if I could do like a medicine check on the 2 infected people, to see if it's a disease or a curse or.
You can go ahead and I'll let you make the choice based. You would be up front. So if you would like to help with this, then you would need to leave the shotgun position and let someone else take that position.
Okay.
So if you want to, that's fine. We would just need either Oliver or Manny to take that position.
If you want to go shotgun?
So I couldn't hear what you said. What'd you say?
And if you want to go shotgun?
Sure, I can.
Yeah.
I can get up there.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and swap positions.
Thought up a little too loud.
Go ahead
Took
and describe the way you go about it, and then I will tell you if that is either a medicine or a religion check. You two.
I think that Lilura walks up to Allura, I suppose, because our names match. And she kind of, like, this is obviously bad, and we know that this is rotting her, and I think she kind of sends out, like, tendrils of, like, kind of the, like, necrotic energy that she inherently uses from Orcus, and sees kind of what that feels like with her magic.
Very odd. Very odd way of diagnosing someone.
She is not. She is a witch by trade and doesn't really know how to not freak people out.
And Namielle, how would you be aiding to this if you're trying to help add in to the role?
doing actual medical stuff
Mm.
behind the
Yeah,
Lilura's
I do
freaky
got a
shit.
good medicine skill, so I can just try to do some basic medicine stuff. I'll check them up.
Okay.
I guess the
See
way
what
I
I was
described it,
reading.
it might be more of an Arcana check, but I don't know if that's actually good for this.
Performing actual medicine. I'll let you two decide who is rolling with advantage for your choice of either Arcana, Religion, or Medicine.
I personally think Namielle's probably the one who's actually doing things. Lilura is just thinks she's doing something.
Alright, medicine check then with advantage. Very cool, it's a 21.
Very nice. Let me pull this up. So, whatever this is, it's weird. It's weird to say. It's technically treated as a disease, but with the powers vested in you, this seems like something that is, memes aside, built differently. It is something that, despite any treatments you've given thus far, nothing you have seems to actually be a complete cure to this ailment. Even with magic accounted for.
Okay.
Also,
Does that
inspiration
include-
was granted to our shy goblin over here.
Aww.
Oh, thank you.
So casting remove curse would do nothing here, huh?
That is correct.
Okay. Then I won't waste a spell slot. Okay. I think Lilura goes, well, I was hoping I could fix that, but I can't, and then like sits back down.
Let's see. And so, with that in mind, can I please have Lynn roll the encounter check for right now?
Oh, back. Coming up. Just D20, yeah?
Always D20, yes, indeed.
I think today's gonna be a good day. 9.
All right. Pulling it up. All right. A small building can be seen off in the distance. This we'll give it a little shack. Loud banging and shouting can be heard from inside. Also, Hive and Lilura were also granted inspiration.
Hey, thank you.
So, Lynn and Manny, you two see this off in the distance, while clearly Lilura and Namielle are performing medicine checks on those. Oh, sorry, Lynn and I think it was Oliver. Yeah, Lynn and Oliver. That's what you two see in the distance, while Lilura and Namielle are performing medicine checks on Gizzard and Lilura, while Manny is doing Manny things in the cart.
Anybody like some help with some medicine? I'm rather acquainted on the subject myself.
No, I think I'm good up here. Anybody back there need some assistance with anything?
I think we're good.
No,
No,
quite
unfortunately,
fine.
it doesn't seem that any of my remedies would work in the long term, maybe in the short term, but I'm not sure.
Yep.
I forgot he was here. They're really quiet. Holy shit.
Now,
And he's often
now, I poured this out. We do have a building coming up here. What is it? Any discerning things about this building that I can see? Or did you say I heard something?
Yes, you can hear loud banging and shouting.
Why is there a building in the middle of the desert?
Yeah.
Big dog ears
What-
twitching.
Yeah, once again, this is more like akin to a shack in the middle of the desert.
That's still pretty odd.
Who just makes a shack in a desert?
Love that.
I guess they really like sand.
It's everywhere.
No, I ain't doing that shit with you again. No.
rather coarse and irritating.
It's very coarse and irritating. How far away is the shack?
We'll say because it definitely you can definitely see it peer over from the dune. So maybe like a good 60 feet away, 70 feet if we're being more accurate.
Okay. Well, I have an excellent idea that we haven't used in quite a while. Thraxor, darling. I, like, shake my hat a little bit.
Oh
Hold on.
yeah.
So came back great.
Who's gonna tell? Who's gonna tell him?
Who's gonna tell? I just look at my feet.
What?
Thraxor's dead.
And yeah, he died heroically.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Shake my hat again, and I cast Find Familiar.
Oh,
Uh,
he's back.
And so, with that, Thraxor comes back into being.
I imagine since he was a being before he became my familiar, he just hides in my hat whenever he gets unfamiliared, and he throws a fit in there until I cast the spell again.
I like, if anything, it's more akin to like, he always seems to be spawning from the hat itself.
Oh, yes, he comes out of my hat, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. With kind of like, with a nice swoosh of a flick, they pop out of the hat through any opening available.
I have like holes all over the hat that he's just ripped.
Finally, I am free! I am here!
I'm back.
Well, welcome back. How about a little excursion into that shack over there, and then I will, listen and see what you see. How about that?
Right. Oh, alright, I guess.
I mean, there are people shouting in there. You could either scare them or save one of them as well.
Yes, indeed. I'll be back. Zoom.
And then, Lilura kind of
So,
just goes a little glassy because she's watching through Thraxor's eyes, because I can do that for a mile.
as you listen and as you perceive through Thraxor's senses, the shouting and banging becomes more apparent what it actually is. For obvious reasons, we don't do those sounds on stream.
Oh.
Okay.
Kind of shouting
is-
and banging.
it is-
There's
it
some
is shouting
different type
and
of
banging,
banging
yeah.
going on.
Think of it like this. Imagine using your imagination, everyone. You were provided a lovely, comfortable space in the middle of nowhere, knowing that your volume will never be an issue.
Oh my god, it's a love shack.
Oh. Namielle's basically blushing, bro.
Oh my.
Well, I'm the only one who knows.
Yes, you are.
I just go, Thraxor, come back! And then, like,
What happened?
Oh my, terrible. Everybody, gear up. We're gonna go bursting in.
I put my hands over Namielle's ears and go, there was some copulating happening in there, if you catch my drift.
I don't know what that word means.
Sex, Oliver.
Oh, okay.
What?
Thraxor's coming
Covering
back.
your ears. Shh.
My ears are
Thraxor's
quite
coming
big.
back. Man, that was really weird. You should have seen what I saw. Oh wait, you did.
I did, yes. Did you scare them?
Huh? Oh, you told me to come back.
I did tell you to come back. Let's not scare them. Let's keep going.
Were they wrestling?
Yes, very much so.
So Allure and Damien just kind of like chime in. I'm sorry, we couldn't help it over here. You said they were doing what? You see clearly they're, the best way I can describe it is they're either mischievous or degenerate smile growing ever wider.
No.
Well, they're doing exactly what you think they're doing. And I think it's probably in everybody's best interest if we ride away.
Oh, you're right.
What's going on?
It's a shame we're on an adventure. Otherwise, we'd be feeling pretty adventurous ourselves. Right on, Lynn.
I mean,
Wow.
yes, we should be going, Laura. We're quite dying right now.
And, can you take your hands off my ears now?
Oh yes, sorry.
I can't say
Oh,
what this
sorry,
is.
here, Oliver. Go. What you're saying?
I'm trying to say it with a straight face. The last time I wrestled anyone, I was owed up, and I wanted gold, so I had to do it.
Oh, that's so depressing. Lilura is like obviously a little bit.
It'll
Not
get your heart
ex-
pumping. I'll tell you that.
She's not necessarily scandalized, but she has never had people like talk this openly about that with her, so she's just kind of like shocked, blinking.
Must have been quite the wrestling match.
Yes, darling. She pats Namielle's head.
Oh, yeah, it hurt.
So is winners in both sides.
One would hope.
I think we might be talking about 2 different types of wrestling here.
Yes.
And so, as you guys continue on forward, the day progresses ever more so, with a few faces of those who are ever wishing to be a part of the fun, staring longingly into the distance at what at this point would have been hours past. May I please have Lilura roll the encounter check this time?
Absolutely. Sorry, I was just getting my
Natural
spell
20.
slot back.
Natural 20.
Oh,
pretty
don't
funny.
curse me like that. D20.
Not 20.
Nat 20.
Actually,
one
roll
out of the way.
low.
Oh, what is
Got a
that?
crit.
I can't. 6!
That was
No!
six.
Fuck!
let's
I
go.
wanted to jinx it, but it was too late.
So,
I'm using the fun pride die, but it's really hard to read.
which, side note, hold on, a quick interruption. If any of you guys have not seen it, they added new dice onto D&D Beyond, one of which is the Vecna dice, where the D20 is an eyeball, and no matter which way it lands, the eyeball always turns to face upwards towards you, and then it projects the number out of the pupil.
Yo,
That's
what?
cool.
You can get that?
Ooh, creepy.
Yeah, I got those. They're really fun. And they also have like a new one where like every time you get a nat 20, it's a summoning circle that summons a random creature.
I need to see this
I
dice.
think I have
Till
those.
get this.
Yeah, take a browse through it. It's really cool, the dice that they've been adding. And obviously, you know, gay pride dice, free gem dice, always really cool. So,
Alright. Theme factor. Wait. You'll have to explain to me how to change dice.
you would go to my
Okay.
collections and then my dice.
How do I
Got it.
get these dice?
Yeah, I'm using the pride ones. They're super cool and pretty, but they are very hard to read.
A little bit. It's a good thing the number is always projected into the roll counter.
100%.
Oh, these are some cool dice. Damn.
Yeah, seriously. And on top of this, there's always good
getting
sound
them right
effects to
now.
follow them. Also, I know, side note, the Jasper dice for the suicide prevention and awareness. Every time you get a nat 1, a phoenix rises out from the dice.
That one?
Yes, it's to promote the fact that no one is left behind.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, that's super nice.
That's awesome.
All right. Oliver, I'll give you this because of your perceptive hearing. You hear faint shouting off in the distance, and as the wagon keeps moving further and further, the shouting is asking for help from anyone. Help! Help! Help!
Someone's asking for help in the distance. Where the fuck did I put my phone at?
Lynn, any retort from you? You two, you and Oliver are usually always in always in earshot of each other as passenger and driver.
We have someone in the distance. I mean, God, this is the most filled desert if I've ever seen one. Of course, we're remembering back to when I made some ill decisions. All right, fine. Let's just at least swing by and see what the trouble is. We're making a detour, everybody. Hang on.
Okay.
All right. And so, going further and further into the distance, you do indeed hear it. Help! Help! Anyone! Anyone! Help! And so, in comes into view a purple-robed wizard.
Oh,
Bad news.
Brethren.
This purple-robed wizard with long, ragged hair and beard that drapes down alongside their tattered robes. There you are. Hello. I need help.
Yeah?
I need help. Answering my riddles 3.
Okay.
Weird trick.
what's going on?
Dear Lord.
Worry not. I present a gift. Answer these riddles 3, and you may pass on through a shortcut I present to your destination.
Oh, boy.
I'm
However,
not very
though,
smart.
these riddles 3 must be asked of each person.
Uh,
So we all have to get the 3 right to get a shortcut?
Yes.
And how do we know this shortcut is legitimate?
Allow me to present an image. He showcases the sands where his hand is gesturing towards, shifting around and forming a tunnel.
Oh.
It's a secret. For I am an illusionist, and my illusions are made real, but only to those who actually get the riddles correctly. What say you all?
Yeah, give us a second to converse. Guys, we got a creepy old man outside that's spouting a lot of words.
Yeah, he's kind of weird.
He's saying that we have to answer some riddles, but if we answer the riddles, we'll be able to take a shortcut.
I mean, does anything negative happen if we don't answer the riddles correctly?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Pop my head back out. Does anything bad happen if we get it incorrect?
Oh, but that just ruins the surprise.
Put my head back in. Yeah, absolutely. Something's going to happen.
You said shortcut. Shortcut to where?
A shortcut to your desired destination.
Oh,
where are we
God.
going?
Oh.
This is...
Oh.
Just appear right next to us.
Yes.
He's like, this is kind of odd. Nobody answer this. I look right up the robed guy. Where are we going?
To wherever you desire, as my illusions are whatever you've believed them to be.
This sounds like some utter bullshit.
For example, name
sounds like a trap.
anywhere in the world. Anywhere at all.
Paris, that definitely exists in this universe. Sorry.
Wow,
Buddy.
what a strange choice. Good thing that does exist in the world as of now. Congratulations.
I made it happen.
French into
Is it
existence.
spelled
Shit.
P-E-R-R-I-S or?
Brought a
So,
plague upon this land.
It's Pareis. Paris.
Oh man.
Paris.
Paris.
Inhabited by the French.
Is inhabited by a unique culture of one of the Greenlands. It is in a land known as Ashantar.
That
Hello.
sounds quite lovely.
Yes, indeed. Look at the magnificent sculpture they did with all the technology, and he showcases basically the in-universe equivalent of an Eiffel Tower.
Oh, that's
Beautiful waterfronts, and lots of people say it's a city of love, of romance. But see, my illusions can make anywhere you wish. If I believe this to be a gateway to such desired location, it becomes that gateway. So, what say you all?
Ooh, Lord.
Interesting.
Well, I'm always a fan of making terrible decisions, but I cannot speak for everyone.
Yes, I know that we are on quite a bit of a time crunch now, and it would be best to get there as soon as possible. But also, I just get the creepiest vibes from this dude.
I mean, he can fuck us over in the end.
Can.
True, there's no guarantee that you're gonna keep your word as far as we know. You may say that you can, but we just don't know you. Oh, that's just, steadily.
Every time you laugh, sir.
I'm sorry.
What
It's
do
just,
they call you?
I'm just so filled with glee if you answer my riddles 3.
Okay. Another thing we probably need to consider is how good are we at answering riddles?
Well, I like to think that I'm very good, but I have no idea what this chuckle fuck is up to.
I failed my class.
I don't know. It's such a dilemma.
So if you think about it, we have to get it every question right, and there's 3 each.
Yes, indeed.
So we have.
They go from easy to difficult.
Yeah,
And that is the rest
it's,
assured. So it's always the last one that matters the most.
So 18 have to be correct.
Oh
Yes.
my god!
That is. That's a lot, dude.
Every single one of these also bears a unique answer.
So it's not
When
like
we
your
get to-
standard, what has 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the evening, and 3 legs at night.
That is
Situations.
correct.
Oh.
Oh,
Stop.
also, riddles wouldn't be fun if you helped each other out. Yes, it is your own ingenuity.
Yeah, no, we're gonna fail. Do we all get the same riddles? Can
No.
we get a pre-test?
Sure. I
Yes,
can give
we
you
get
an
to-
example. You know what? I know that individual. That's Manny. Manny, come over here.
Oh, right, yeah, I know this guy. Go ahead and walk forward.
Manny, you're familiar with these. So first question of the riddle. Remember, every single one of these has a unique answer.
Wait, did we agree? Wait.
No. This is a
no,
test.
no.
With
No, it's
Manny
a
being the
pre-test.
person to showcase it. So, Manny, once
yeah,
again, with all of these having very unique answers, what is your name?
Oh,
There. Okay.
'Cause
What?
I didn't hear me the first time.
Where do you hail from?
Annie.
Mm-hmm. And now, what is your favorite color?
Oh.
And see, Manny is able to go wherever he pleases, though Manny is always able to go where he pleases.
Yeah, Manny.
done.
And are these going to be asked to all of us? Those same 3 questions, or are they going to be different?
Like I said, everything has a different answer.
Oh!
Same riddle, different answers, I guess.
If it's that simple. Do we feel like gambling with our luck here?
Why, though? I mean, why? Just why?
He chose easy ones. It's like if we fucked up on the harder ones.
Wait, why? Why would you do this? I mean,
He's an agent of chaos! Oh no!
We have to kill him.
We must destroy him.
just to figure out what his intentions are. We're just trusting a mad wizard in the middle of the desert.
Honestly, this is a very good point, Lynn. Thank you.
Like, what do you get out of this? Like, what is it you want? You must, like, is it just answering
I'm
questions?
just purely here because I've been assigned to. It's funny. It's chaotic. He's the one who told me to come here.
Of course he is. You remember the one that turned Spyro, who I can only assume is doing this because of what that man did, what that other deity did, turned him into a kobold.
Yes.
The guy that bumps around and doesn't
Yes.
like runs around like a horse with his dick out in the rain, just
Exactly. This wizard person is an agent of chaos.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, but I still follow rules. The chaotic part is the different answers.
I suppose. Well, if you are an agent of chaos, you already know all of our names, because chaos already knew all of our names. So it's not like we'd be giving him information for that.
Did he give us his name?
Oh, probably, and I cannot remember it for the life of me.
I don't think he did.
Can I have your name?
Why, yes, you may. It is Chris.
Solid name, easy to remember.
Thing we're not Fae.
Yeah.
But how'd your name? Didn't give it out like that.
Yeah. It's very true.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So-
Yes.
What will it be? Yes.
So what are we to do?
Ready. Oh, so it's an acceptance.
No, wait, no.
No,
I
this is
did
the
not
discussion.
accept.
Okay.
Wait,
It's
this is
just
between us and not you.
It
Can you
is
go
sti-
wait outside? Like, is that possible? Can you,
Oh,
like...
yes,
stand-
I can do that. He says, and like zooming off over to the top of the dune.
Yeah, go build a juice bar for yourself and just let us converse for a minute. Okay. So, we got the potential for getting there a little bit faster, which I'm sure our patrons, pointing at these two, will not mind very much, and I think all of us would not mind getting to the city of gold a little bit faster.
Yes, especially with
But we are
This
unsure.
sickness.
But we are unsure of the repercussions so far. We can just continue on. We are not lost. We have a heading, pointing at the golden snake.
Lilura chimes in like, yes, we have the snake still.
Oh,
I mean,
I have-
if
I
we
have a
fail,
thought. Do you suppose we could strike a bargain and get a shortcut home
Oh, you mean
after?
later on? Oh,
Yes. Because that is our main point of trouble, is not knowing how we're going to get back.
I wouldn't mind that actually. That's not a bad idea. I wonder
You.
if he would be applicable with meeting us on a later date.
I mean, that would be quite chaotic.
Or if we
Like sitting at the top of the dune, kicking his feet.
could maybe call upon him when we need him, but we'd have to
Yes.
answer riddles. What if we do the riddle, and if we do succeed, we say, can we use it later? Or if it has to be now? Or do we wait and just tell him, like, can we do the game later on, and then if we succeed?
Yeah, I mean, I think all of these are excellent options.
Well,
Does anybody else have any strong feelings about this?
considering the fact that we are on a time clock right now, and
Yeah.
we don't.
How far away are we from the city?
You guys
I
been
don't know,
traveling for like
15 days.
no,
It's like
yeah,
15
definitely more.
Yeah. He's doing some
More?
weird snake
How
talk.
long has it been?
I don't know.
You guys, you have to remember that like we've been traveling for like I think the equivalent of like an in-game week.
Uh-huh. And it was
like
10 days?
a month or so.
it's gonna take about 30 days. Yeah, we're only like a quarter of the way there.
And then what's the time crunch on the Crimson
Due,
consumption?
due to the fact that it had been subsided, you don't know how bad this can be, but you'd rather be on the earlier scale than the later scale.
Oh, that's right. You're not. Oh shoot.
Is I'm dying.
Just you, or is this both of you?
No,
Allure's kind of like, I would like to get there
Allura.
fast.
Okay, so I suppose we can take the shortcut there, especially since we don't know how long our sick compatriots will last.
Oh, absolutely. We should definitely utilize that over the
Shortcut
route
back.
home.
Dang, I
Yeah.
thought I had found an excellent loophole against the challenge of that, but
Getting back from somewhere is not too difficult. I've been trying to map out the star charts as best I can every night, so
it's true.
I have a general sense of where we're at. Maybe if the stars haven't been changing too much.
Okay.
But I mean, you know what they say: you pick a direction, you keep walking, you're gonna hit something.
It's true, yes. We could even walk in the other direction and find somewhere else. Oh, but that's neither here nor there. I guess, should we call, I'm not even going to say his name because I feel like he'll appear right away.
He's already there next to you, kind of like in
Damn
the
it.
GIF I described in D&D General.
God.
God. So you can be summoned.
I can go wherever I please. I've been given powers.
I don't like him.
I don't either, but should we do this?
Have you tried a sugar-free diet? I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar free.
What if
I'm free from
what
the
if we
bounds
fail?
of existence.
but what if we fail and then he just sends us back to the beginning?
Risk? That is a risk, isn't it?
It's a big risk.
It's...
I will not agree to this unless everybody else is agreeing to this.
What?
I-
To do the riddles?
To do the riddles, yes.
Well, we are a group, so I say we take it to a vote.
I'll try my best.
Should we vote on it? Should we do like a silent vote? Everybody writes on a piece of paper, puts it in a hat, and unless we're unanimous, should we do it as unanimous?
Lilura and Damien just put in their votes aloud. We're down to go into it either way. You know us, we're risk takers, and if it means a better chance of getting there faster, then we'd rather take it.
Yeah, true.
Manny, what do you think? I know you're relatively new.
Technically, Manny already passed his.
No.
Retest.
We are making this so much more difficult. Actually, I love it.
No, I'm so scared, that's why.
This is everything I'm here for. Well, I think... Oh, I don't know whose voice that was. I think it really comes down to Gizzard. Since you're the other party here who is ill, do you feel safe with us attempting this?
Yes. Sorry, give me a sec. Yes, I mean, might as well take the risk, I suppose. It couldn't be that bad. I hope.
Excellent. Then I am comfortable taking the risk as well. If
Hey, what about
my
the
cat
orders?
just muted my mic, she was like, "Don't do it."
Nice.
It's a sign.
Like,
So-
of the underworld, that's where you're heading if you continue down this road.
So shall
Yes.
we make this deal?
Is everybody in agreement? Or
I think we're all in agreement, yeah.
oh god.
Well, here we go, I guess.
Here we
So
go.
who's going first?
Someone needs to go.
Oliver, do you want to go first?
Lynn, I'll go first if that's
Just
alright.
Just remember that the questions do get more and more difficult.
Well, in that case, who doesn't feel comfortable doing this? That would probably be the easiest way.
I can go first.
Whoever
Alright.
feels most
And
confident in the
there we
riddle.
have stepping, like, almost like blinking right in front of Oliver. Hello. What is your name?
Oliver.
Where do you hail from?
The desert.
Please roll a d20.
Oh,
I can't roll my d20.
It's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Odd or even is going to determine something.
I got even.
Alright.
8.
When Billy's asked how old he is, he replies, "In 2 years, I'll be twice as old as I was 5 years ago." How old is he?
Can you repeat that?
The clock is ticking!
Can you repeat that slowly?
When Billy's asked how old he is, he replies, "In 2 years, I'll be twice as old as I was 5 years ago." How old is he? 57. 56.
Holy shit, that's hard.
wait, there's no like.
In
Isn't-
2
yeah,
years,
I don't
I
think-
don't have old as I was 5 years ago.
Remember,
We
he's the
don't
one who
even know
must
how
dwell on
old Billy
this.
is.
Okay.
Fi- 56. I don't know.
37. 36.
I think he's just messing with you. I think you actually have to figure out a number.
A number.
Are we allowed to help?
No.
I'm not.
30.
I think I'm just stating
29.
a fact that he's dicking you around. This is gonna be up to you to figure out, but
I don't think I can do it.
I think you can. I
Okay.
support you.
Are we allowed to help? I know this one.
I don't think we can.
Fuck.
So, I'm just gonna look at the guy. I'm not helping him. I'm just going to recite what you just said to him. Is that all right?
That's more than fine.
All right.
You may use chat though. That is a good point. You guys can't help.
So, 5 years ago, he was one age, which means 2 years from now, he will be another age, is what we're understanding.
When Billy's asked how old he is, he replies, "In 2 years, I will be twice as old as I was 5 years ago." How old is he? That is correct.
There you go.
That was too much thinking for me today.
It's okay. You've passed.
I literally sat there with my eyes closed the whole time thinking, holy shit.
Who's next?
Oh, shit.
I'll go next.
Yes. What is your name?
Namielle Cragwood,
Where do you hail from?
City of Stonekeep.
Please roll d20.
What?
Please roll it. Please roll a d20.
Pretty
Odd or
sure
even will
determines
determine whether or
what
not
riddle
you
you
get a simple or difficult.
Oh, 13.
13. Alright. And what is your favorite color?
It's purple.
Congratulations. Who's up next?
God.
I heard to speak up. You're next, lizard boy.
Me?
What is your name?
I'm Gizzard.
Where do you hail from?
I hail from the swamps in Raynar.
Please roll a d20.
Shit. 15.
And what is your favorite color?
It would be teal.
Ding 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 ding. Congratulations. 3 down, 4 to go. Which one's up next?
I suppose I can go.
And what is your name?
Lilura Darkmoor,
Where do you hail from?
the home of my father.
Please roll a d20.
Oh my god, it is rolling so slow.
Oh. Do you have harder acceleration turned on?
Oh, maybe. 17!
And what is your favorite color?
The dark plum purple of my gown.
Wonderful. With 3 to go, who's up next?
Many of us have the same favorite color. It's actually quite pleasant.
Oh, yes.
So, Allura chimes in. I will go next. What is your name? Allura. And where do you hail from? Wow, actually, let me pull up my own map.
It's purposely cheating us. No, I'm kidding.
I'll be back real quick.
I hail from Bokrad Maz. Here it is. And I belong in the month of December, but not in any other month. I am not a holiday. What am I?
I know it.
For the sake of understanding, Allura and Damien will always answer correctly, but you may give an answer.
It's the letter G.
It's the letter what?
D.
Correct. Ding ding ding.
Yeah.
Allura chimes in. The letter D. It's almost as though it was given to me by a strange epiphany.
As if the universe spoke to you.
You've passed. Now it's between Damien and Lynn. Who is up next?
I'll go, Damien.
All right, I will be sure to end us off strong. What is your name?
Lynn Gray.
Where do you hail from?
The Feywild.
Please roll a d20. Let's go. Let's go.
18.
Oh. Here we go.
What's the...
Here we go. Let's see. I split the number 4 in half and received a 5. How is this possible?
Split the number 4 in half and received a 5?
How is this possible?
That is a toughie.
47.
No. I split 4 in half. I split 4 in half. Alright, let me think. Based on the sounds I'm hearing you make, and I'm guessing you may have figured it out. Okay. So,
I haven't.
numerically, it makes absolutely no sense. I'm going to ignore that.
21.
No. So, split 4 in half, and I got 5. Now, one could think that it's something abstract, like maybe it has to do with something growing, like maybe seeds, but I don't think it's that either. It's
Can I give him a hint?
no.
Hold on. I believe in Tyler.
I believe in Tyler. Tyler, you've got this.
I've got this. I'm just eliminating. I'm just using my brain to just go down the list of possibilities. So it's a very simple thing. So the answer is a riddle is usually based off of the information that you're given. What is given is that splitting a 4 in half makes a 5.
Mm-hmm.
And numerically, that doesn't make sense. So and visually, that also does not make sense unless you think 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god.
Okay, I got it.
You too?
Yeah, I got.
You just figured it out?
Me and my husband, we talked about this a couple days ago, actually.
Split it in half, you get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's in chat. It's in chat. It's in chat. It's in chat.
Well, I wish I could look in chat, but I can't because it's open to me right now. Okay, wait. I'm using my Sudoku brain.
I almost
Negative
want to give him
20.
an indirect hint. just
Negative
for fun.
21.
Okay. This is okay. I have an idea. It's a little weird. I don't know if it's gonna work, but the only thing I have to work with are 2 things. It's a numerical value, which is not going to work, or it's a visual thing. Now, visually, 4 and 5 don't look anything alike. Unless it's not the traditional way of looking at a 4 to 5. Now, if I line them up like tacks, it would just look like 5 tacks. But the thing is, nobody just uses tacks anymore. Some people use other forms of numerical representations, such as symbols. So 1, 2, and 3. But by the time you get to 4, it's like you can't have 4 tacks. You would have an I and a V. Now, if you split that apart from each other, the V also represents a 5. So I'm sure this is
Keep going.
a terrible idea, but I'm going to say that if it looks, if the 4 looks like that and the 5 looks like that, and then you split them apart, all you have is that throwaway symbol and then the symbol for 5.
And that is correct.
Yeah. You did great.
Good.
I'm really proud of you.
I've been stuck in isolation for 8 days. I've had nothing to do.
Congratulations, you pass.
My head hurts.
And so, it's on to the last one. Monsieur, what is your name? The wizard asks. Damien. And where do you hail from? Baccord Mars. And what is your favorite color? Oh, it's black, obviously. It's a shame. I believe I stated something at the very beginning about these answers being very unique. I'm kidding. Baccord Mars is easily something to work with both of them. Also, Lynn, you've been granted inspiration by Eli in chat.
Oh,
And so-
Eli, thank you.
For that, you all pass. The shortcut is present. You all may go through the sandy door.
Yeah.
And once again, the sands weave into a grand spiraling portal where the light is illuminating from the inside that transforms to look like a magnificent city that is underground. So, do you wish to step in?
I think we've earned this. Yeah, right?
Yes. I suppose we should go. I was going to try to do some dumb shit and make him help us go back as well, but I've decided I'm not going to push my luck.
But we could. Hey, you. Is he still here or is he left?
I'm here, he says, showing up right next to you.
Lovely. Are you gonna be in the area by chance sometime in the near future, say a week or two?
I can show up wherever I please. You'll never know whenever. Speaking of which, tea! And he blows up into confetti right in your face.
Alright. I'll call your name if we need you then. I'll try at least.
If we say it 3 times into a mirror.
And I'm just writing his name down in my book.
No, I was gonna ask him something. I was gonna ask him a riddle before I went through the portal.
Oh, and see if he got it wrong himself and what would have been the consequences.
I just wanted to do it for the funny.
Oh.
Oh, I was gonna
People
suggest
were talking.
that. I'm sorry. Wait, bring him back.
Damn it.
Here.
It's just,
We have a riddle for you.
He showing up, like literally head popping out of the ground right in between Oliver's feet.
I'm like halfway through the portal. Riddle me this, fucker.
Well.
If a quiz is quizzical, then what is the test? And he just leaves through the portal.
That's off. You hear a voice in your head. That's obvious. You lose half your hit points as a sudden pain happens in your groin.
Oh
Oh, he gave you a physical answer and basically completely hurt you where the answer was.
no! Oh no! Worth it. I think it was worth it.
It was worth it.
That was very
Oh
funny.
my gosh, Debbie just left.
And so, as you guys step through, what I can only describe as this: the cart is able to pass through, and you guys see yourself in a location that is unlike what you've seen thus far, how do I explain this? Certain areas in the desert where sand condenses hard enough, it actually forms a type of stone, sandstone.
Sandstone from Minecraft.
Yeah, similar to that. And so you guys are in an area where the walls themselves are extremely condensed stone of different textures and formations, pillars, and there's still clearly like sand that trickles in certain areas, indicating that that is where loose sand is from above. So if you know, an unlucky soul were to step there, they would find themselves falling into such a location.
Nobody break a block or we're all dead.
And when you guys step through, you look at the ground beneath you and see that it is almost impossible to discern loose sand from hard sand, though you are for sure that where you stand is hard, as even the carriage's weight is supported.
Ooh, that's gonna be something we're gonna have to deal with.
So it's not. Are we in the tunnel still?
You no, at this point, so think of it kind of like a gate more than anything. So like once passed through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
we've taken the shortcut already.
yes, and the gate closes up once everyone and all objects have made it through.
Okay.
Lilura and Damien are just astonished at what they see. Obviously, with all of you guys have that walk through, they have driven the carriage through the portal, and so they themselves are on the carriage with the 4 camels lead, while the 4 of you are just ahead of it. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that positioning wise in a bit.
Thank God he didn't ask Campbell's the riddles.
Oh, good. I was worried that he might ask Thraxor, but then I also thought, I kind of want to know where Thraxor is originally from before, showing up in my hat. So.
At least we got past it.
Yes, we did. Has Oliver had a chance to take a short rest and get some hit points?
It is just like at this point, like all of this transition immediately happened.
Got it.
Do I actually lose half of my oath?
Yes, yes, you
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, what's half of 51? I'm bad at math.
25.
Yeah, always round down.
Okay.
Do I need to heal you?
I'm fine.
Yes, you look a bit out
I
of
can spare a
breath.
slot.
Yeah, so can I actually.
I'm fine.
Yes.
Yeah, I can
Just
give
holding
you
back tears, huh?
Thraxor kind of chiming out. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's just march on forward.
Why are
If
wizards
that's
such
darling.
fucking assholes?
So, can we... Okay, so we can't tell... I'm gonna drop the accent for a second. We can't tell the difference, really, between solid and not solid.
That is correct. It is very much a gamble whether or not the sand that is in front of your very feet is either hard enough with enough sandstone compressed underneath, or if it is just waiting to crack.
Shit, Lynn, do you...
Can I try something?
Don't we have a big stick?
Do we have a big stick?
Actually, yes, we do.
Yeah, I
I do
remember
have a big
you
stick. I did.
asked for a 50-foot stick or something.
A 10-foot pole is a pretty
10-foot pole.
standard D&D item from long before.
I
Yeah.
grabbed a 10-foot pole. That was absolutely right. That was
Hold
one
on.
of the things that I requested.
Quickly saying
and
bye
I
to
do
skills.
have.
Wow, it's came in useful.
Yeah,
Who'd have
I'm
thought?
glad you have your stick.
Oh, I'm so glad I have my stick.
I was just gonna start Eldritch blasting stuff.
What
Now-
if? No, don't do that.
I do have a couple of cantrips that may be useful. I have a druid craft. I also have a mold earth.
Ooh. Can Mold
Ooh,
Earth make it the ground hard?
Mold Earth can definitely change difficult terrain into solid terrain, but the issue is that it's assuming that there is solid terrain underneath.
Which we're not sure if there is solid terrain underneath. It could all just be sand. It could be sand for like 30 straight feet down.
So basically, actually, that's probably the better thing to understand. Mold Earth only works on areas where there is actual things beneath the surface to work with. So it can determine where solid work is by turning it to loose.
And we don't want to do that.
Mhm.
Well, I have a.
Do we have a rope?
We can continue with the stick. We do have a rope.
Okay.
So-
I can poke with the stick.
Namielle with the 10-foot pole, you poke ahead, and poke and prod. Can you please do me, with advantage, you can choose either investigation or perception.
Perception. Wow. This is a 16.
Alright. And eventually, you using the stick to guide your way forward, you find the ways to this magnificent, beautiful arch that is clearly a type of like a ruined gold. A lot of this architecture has been covered in dust, debris, fallen rocks, sand, but a simple wipe on the arch showcases the gold lying underneath.
Oh. That's nice.
So
Mhm.
we're either very close or we're here.
And how do I explain this? This is merely an arch. There is still plenty of like cavern to explore further ahead. So while yes, the shortcut took you here, there's still a journey through this kind of like underground cavern system to go through.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Standing on a golden arch. Interesting.
Does the road ahead seem more stable? Or are we gonna have to keep
No,
traveling?
absolutely.
Oh. It does look more stable and we cannot have our stick out?
It definitely looks more stable. Everything up ahead is of a different type of terrain altogether. So while it still looks like sand, it's very obviously like more condensed. Just from the very walls and the ceiling itself.
Be back real quick.
Shall we continue on then?
Let's go.
Yeah, I think
So-
so. We're gonna take precautions. The ground before us is fine for now, but we might have to just keep checking it every now and then. Should we have somebody?
Side note as well, for anyone wondering, like I want you guys to also envision, kind of like sound-wise, this cavern very much because of the constant shifting sand from the ceiling, from the cavern, you know, from any wind that blows by. It almost always sounds like a hissing.
Oof.
Oh, that's chilling.
However, though, Namielle, some of the shifting for you with your passive perception of 18 notices that as soon as you guys pass through the archway, something different is happening with the sounds. Namielle?
Namielle's dead.
That's what it was.
Death.
Don't death.
Namielle, you there?
She's poison.
Okay.
Oh, are they
Let's
muted?
see. Yeah, they are
Oh,
muted.
okay, never mind. So, though they did notice ahead, it becomes very obvious to you all that you start noticing the sand shift to be ahead of you, and I don't want to say condensing because that's not quite the thing, but it's definitely molding together. But it's definitely forming together into a shape.
Okay. I had to fix this.
And a magnificent golden sanded serpent conjures up in front of you all.
No.
Its sizes to scale as you see on the map.
He's that big.
Yes.
Oh.
It's huge.
Does it seem aggressive?
With
Huggable?
your innate insight can show that the snake has, how do I explain this? You guys, it's that very moment that is infamous among snakes, the stare down.
Oh,
I'm
Okay,
just
I'm
trying
back.
to
What's
think
going on?
now. My animal instincts be kicking in.
Yes, Oliver, you would you be more on edge or from
I'm
like the
just
stare?
staring. I'm not afraid of it.
Okay.
I don't know if this matters, but like my passive insight is like 16. But...
Okay. So like the insight is at least enough to gauge that like anyone who has a passive insight of 15 or above can tell that this is a wait. It is clearly expecting something of you all before you proceed further on. Though you less you find out how it reacts poorly.
I think it's expecting something from us. I don't know exactly what though.
should we present the snake Wayfinder?
Oh yeah.
Allura passes it over. You all clearly have been able to take us further at this point, where we're more in your hands than anything. And Allura like slowly passes it as you see the giant serpent. It's a slight shift, but it clearly is following the golden Wayfinder.
Interesting.
Is it active right? The Wayfinder active right now, or?
It is currently active, and it's
Okay,
it's
so-
definitely pointing through the snake.
Okay. So I'm going to. It's following it. I was just gonna hold it up and like boop its nose with the small snake. Is my instinct.
It is up to you if you wish to follow that instinct.
I could do it for you if you're scared.
It's fine. I think that if this is going to go poorly, at least it's going to go poorly on me. Yeah, so I walk forward and I'm going to boop.
Please make me a dexterity saving throw.
Fuck. I'm really bad at dex.
Should have been me.
It's okay. Oh, and I rolled a 4.
Oh.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna use Chrono Shift.
Alright, you mean is it a guaranteed success or a reroll?
It's just a reroll, man.
Alright, please reroll, Lilura.
Please make it.
I appreciate you. That's way better. 17.
Alright.
Yes.
You take half of this incoming damage and take 15 points of piercing damage as it like gets into you with its. Once again, though it is made of sand, when it's conjoined enough together, it actually forms a point as it bit you.
Okay, 15 is already halved or half of 15?
15 is already halved.
Okay. Okay, well that instinct was bad, but it does like our little snake friend here. Does anyone else have any ideas?
So,
What colors? You said golden, right? You said
Yes,
golden?
the sands themselves, unlike other sand that's it's standard brown, this is a golden sanded snake.
Oh, I don't have any gold objects.
And once again, your snake is currently active and is wayfinding to go through the snake.
Just walk through it.
Yes, after you.
All right.
So
I'll
you
hand the snake to Oliver if that's what he wants to try.
right,
Just try to walk through it.
Oliver, please make me a dex save.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe if we throw some gold at it.
Gonna have to throw hands.
17.
You will also take half of this damage. Oh no, are you high enough level in monk that you take no damage?
Level 6.
You're looking for the evasion.
Seven for evasion kicks in.
I don't see anything about evasion.
All right. So you take 9 points of damage, and that's already cut in half.
Alright. There we go.
Should we turn off the Wayfinder?
You can
Turn
try
off.
it.
Do we choke the snake? Is that what we do? Is that how you turn it off?
So,
our wayfinder, yeah, I think we just say the same word that we say to activate it, right?
so
Right,
do you
no,
all
absolutely,
recall
that's-
do you all recall what the translation of the word is?
It is the translation for snake.
Draconic for snake.
Yeah. A dulce?
I think that's right. Hold on. What did I write it?
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's a dulce, yeah.
So, this is a dulce causes the smaller snake to become inactive. The larger snake does appear to be responding to the Draconic language, but not to that word.
Oh, does someone speak Draconic?
I do.
I also believe both of our patrons do as well.
Yes, but we're a bit too dumbfounded to say the least.
Oh, that's fine. All right.
Yeah.
I really should learn this language.
Saying it or something.
Try maybe saying, "Let us pass." Speak friend and open. I don't know.
I'll try to say let us pass Draconic.
We've been trying to reach you about your post.
So you say let us pass in Draconic, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Using the words "let us pass" in Draconic, it is clearly responding to the Draconic language, but still not that's still not the correct pass.
Speak friend. Speak friend.
And
Sorry.
the snake as well. You notice that it's clearly like whatever you can tell by the body language, Oliver, that it's tensing up, indicating that any more wrong answers could impose a battle with such a snake.
Oh, damn. Did we give it gold?
We haven't tried that yet.
Would, but I don't have any.
I
I've
got
got
some
some
gold.
gold. I'm probably not going to spend for some time. Let's
Yeah.
here. Here's 20. Here's 30 gold.
We give offering.
Okay. I'll go make the offering.
So you take steps forward, correct?
Yeah. I'm giving them the gold.
Even with the gold presented forward, you need to make a dex save.
Ugh.
Oh man.
Though clearly the snake that's more of a defense mechanism. It is waiting.
Boy.
It is still waiting for the correct words to be spoken.
Kind of
Please make-
re-roll for inspiration.
Also,
Okay,
wait,
so
before
these
you do
word
that,
thing.
you were granted advantage by Vaughn.
Oh, thank you, Vaughn.
So please roll with advantage. So keep the higher the two rolls.
16.
All right, you take half of this.
Very cool. How much is it?
You take a grand total of 15 as well.
Sheesh.
I'm just gonna sit down in front of it.
Do we know what's the name of the city again?
All you know is that it is the Golden City.
The Golden City. Okay, so that's not gonna help.
Gonna show that I am no threat to the snake.
The snake. Oliver, because you're the one who speaks the language, you can roll me an active insight check to try to see if you can gauge more about the situation.
Okay. Can I use my inspiration on this?
Yes, you may.
What was the inspiration again?
Inspiration by chat is always a D8.
Add that. Oh, damn. 17.
17 is higher than your passive. I'll allow it. So this snake clearly has been awakened to approach as what you can all just very easily tell as a guardian of this place. You read more into its body language to realize that this thing looks like it's been active for quite some time. It looks like it could use some rest.
Oh.
I think
it needs
it's
to go
time for
sleep.
you to. I think it's time for you to get some rest now.
So what is the key word you say?
Sleep.
When you speak the Draconic word for sleep, which is, for anyone wondering, VDRI, V3.
Vitri.
BG.
Vidri. The snakes begins to slowly descend down as the sands shift away.
Okay.
Though with that understanding in mind, here's something that now comes into wordplay. You guys did choose to deactivate the Wayfinder, and you realize that the Wayfinder and the snake clearly have a bond. If you reactivate the Wayfinder, this will come back to life.
Okay, so straight ahead. That's the
Yeah.
last thing I remember.
Let's pass it and then reactivate our smaller snake.
I guess. I mean,
Isn't it-
I like what Steven Chat is saying. The gizzard should try to charm the snake.
You guys want to heal?
I mean, I could take
Yes.
points. Although, give Oliver more because he's definitely taken more damage than I.
I can provide some healing as well.
Cause what's it? I can heal from healing you guys now.
Z's. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you
I
want to
could just
do?
a prayer
Uh-huh.
healing real quick.
Aw, blushing snake. Sneaky snake.
Deleted.
Alright. Prayer of healing for everyone up to 30 feet. Let's go. It's gotta take 10
Yay.
Alright.
minutes.
It takes 10 minutes to cast this, in which case during that time, Allura and Damien will... That was a bit intense. Thank you, Oliver, for taking care of that.
No problem.
I
suppose we are seeing the defenses you spoke of.
Yes, and I worry that if that's what's greeting us, what's to come further inside?
Yes.
Well, good news. It looks as though hopefully nothing else has come by this way since, I mean, I don't know how many other people speak Draconic. It seems to have been awake for a while.
Normally, any Yuan-Ti can speak Draconic. It's kind of our native language, but something in us told us to... How do I put this? Have you ever had the feeling when you're in front of a very obvious natural threat, and all you can do is be frozen in fear?
Yeah, I'm aware of such a feeling. Yeah.
Something overcame me, to say the least, and I'm pretty sure Lilura was afflicted by the same thing when that presented itself.
Interesting.
So it was created to keep Yuan-Ti from ever returning here? You think?
I don't know. All I know is that it doesn't feel right looking at that thing.
It does raise some concerns of what we might find within if they're trying to keep people out.
Cryptic. Not gonna lie, it's a little cryptic how you're
Very
saying that.
Yes.
I will trust you. I will trust what you are telling us.
Yes.
Thank you for your trust. It means the world to us. Sincerely. She comes over. Allura comes over and like, kind of. How do I put it? Almost like they're taking steps to get closer and closer to Oliver. It really does mean the world to us that you guys trust us.
Insight check.
You may.
Okay. Natural 20.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
How do I put the body language, the slightly heavier breathing provided by her, the little bit of blush that is showing up, but clearly is attempted to be hidden. You believe that Lilura is actually infatuated by Oliver.
Yep.
I mean,
Not what I was hoping to get from that, but yeah.
She got ideas from the love shack earlier.
Oh yeah. Well, we've been on the road for almost a week now, and we have 3 more to go. I'm sure that's not. I mean, I would not.
hopefully with a shortcut.
Hopefully, with the
Closer.
shortcut, we
Hopefully with the
save some
shortcuts
time.
we'll get shorter.
Hopefully, you know.
Oh yeah. Do we have any idea how much time we've saved?
Not necessarily. Now that the Wayfinder is put down, we won't have any way of knowing how much closer we're getting, unless you're really willing to reactivate it.
I believe we probably should reactivate it, but also, who knows what that will attract.
It may bring the snake to us, the big guy.
Hmm.
But also, we'd like to get there directly rather than beating around the bush. So,
Was the Pathfinder reacting to the big snake, or was it not?
It definitely was like in sync with it, but so like, as I mentioned before, it clearly is like they are both responsive to the same language, but following different orders. You worry that reactivating the Wayfinder could reactivate the snake just as well as any other dormant, anything else that's dormant in the area.
Well,
what if we're really quiet?
It's up to you. It's up to you to find out.
Fuck.
maybe proceed. I think I like your idea. Proceeding for a little while before reactivating it.
Yeah.
Is it one path that we see in front of us? Because we're on the ground, right? We're in like a cavern.
Right now, it's just one path. Mainly because as soon as the snake was put down, that's when Namielle had started the prayer revealing.
All right.
Keep going until we get to an intersection, and then if we have to, we'll reactivate it.
I think that sounds perfect. Everyone else?
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right. And so, it is actually around that time that obviously the intermission timer went off during that. So, everyone, we'll be back in about 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and make sure my kiddos put to bed, make sure everything's settled away, and when we come back, we will be seeing what happens for our adventures as they continue through this cavern. Once again, everyone, as a good reminder as well, we are about 9 subs away from the sub goal being completed, and currently the Tuesday group is 2 tallies compared to Saturday's 5 tallies. If they get 4 more subs, they will be in the lead for the contest to get a commissioned piece of all of their characters in a scene. But with that, we'll be back in about half an hour.
Yay!
I want the quiz
Subscribe if you
one.
can. We really appreciate it.
Please do. We have to get a commissioned piece of this chaotic band of Oops All Spellcasters.
Oops.
You know,
All spellcasters in a land where they hate spellcasters.
I know, right?
I mean, yeah, but you're a fighter with a level of druid and innate magical abilities, and then
needs to know.
and then Oliver is like the most magic kind of monk you can be.
Yep.
Not wrong. Outcast, just helping Outcast.
Yep.
This I watched all of Stranger Things.
I still haven't watched season 3. I really need to because season 4 looks beautiful.
Season 4
so good.
is insane, and it's only the first half. Part
That's
2's
what
coming out.
typically-
Like, it ended and I was like, oh no, I forgot that was only part 1! Oh no, it's back to that. It's definitely, it feels more like a horror movie than anything else.
Mhm.
They did not hold back on the more gorier details. Like, there's limbs that are snapping, there's blood,
No!
Yeah.
eyeballs are going. Yeah, we're growing up here. Stranger Things are getting a bit older.
Yeah, it also took them, what, 3 years to film this season?
Yeah.
Oh, something crazy.
Talk about Stranger Things right now.
Each episode's like 90 minutes long.
Mhm.
Yeah, I still need to watch season 4. Yeah, catch up with it. But I finished season 3, I think, yeah. Gotta get around to watching season 4.
Yeah, I probably need to go back and rewatch seasons 1 and 2 again. It's just been so long. And then season 3 came out at a really weird time in my life, so I just wasn't interested.
Oh,
Watch it again.
it was the same thing for me.
Yeah.
But the right side of catching COVID is that you can binge watch all things.
This is very true. Oh,
Right now, I'm catching up on Pokemon.
nice.
I just started playing Indigo League in the background, and I forgot they do the Pokemon rap at the end of every episode.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna be at that for a while because
You
it's
know
like
what?
Pokemon seasons.
My friend, he learned the rap for the Pokemon thing, and like, jeez.
That's amazing.
Give me a day. Give me a day.
I'm about to say, Tyler, I will require you to do the Pokemon rap next week.
Alright.
That's your homework.
Aw, look at Caterpie.
Yeah, my cat is thoroughly enjoying tonight's session and the belly rubs. She's,
Oh, she actually likes belly rubs?
I mean, 30% of the time. Right now,
Alright.
yes.
Alright, that's 30% is it's not bad.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. It's really hit or miss. Right now, she's laying fully tummy up, and I'm just in her tummy.
Read something somewhere about the differentiation between belly rubs between male cats and female cats. It
Yeah.
has to do with them like stretching on the floor, like when they do when their bellies are up.
Uh-huh.
So for female cats, apparently it's I forget what it's called. I'll call it posing. It's that they're posing,
Uh-huh.
and if you try to rub their bellies, most of the time they will bite you. But apparently, if male cats do this, it's an invitation.
Oh, I can totally see that because Miso, my cat, it's very much of a she likes to be a model, and is obviously posing when she's like that. And when I go and pet her tummy, she's like, "Excuse me, what?" But when she's like this, like she is right now, she's like literally a puddle at me on my bed. Then I'm like, "Oh, okay, this is fine, belly rubs." She's just here for a good time. And one of the cats that I cat sit, he looks at me. He's this like big old black cat, and he'll like rub up on my leg, look at me, and then dramatically flap onto his back, and it's like, you know that he wants belly rubs.
Aw, kid. Wait.
Be big.
I'm 11 years old, Mom. I can go out into the world. Ah, Pokemon. Almost as absurd as I'm 16. I can make my own decisions.
Looking back, like on movies like that, where they're like, "I'm 16." At the time, I was like, "Yeah," but now I'm like, "Oh God."
Oh Jesus.
I was so dumb until like
So
today.
dumb.
Still dumb, yeah.
So dumb. Nothing's changed. Ariel's always gonna be dumb. That's good. The views expressed on the stream are not necessarily those shared by Zim.
Do, however, find them hilarious.
We do have a phone, that's hilarious.
Speaking of Pokemon, would anybody here be interested in being in a Pokemon Showdown tournament in the server?
Oh.
I wish I mean, well, it depends on the time. If it's in like the next day or two, maybe. If it's in like a week, I don't know if I can. I'm usually very busy.
Possibly. I'm
Assuming
not-
you'll be able to time manage. Just would you be interested in being in a Pokemon tournament? Pokemon Showdown for fighting your peers.
I will probably lose, but I'd be down. I know Tim would be down whenever he has time.
5 weeks.
He's too popular.
How is he doing?
Puffs!
Is he doing that puff?
Huh?
Is he doing the one here in San Diego?
Yeah, he is!
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's right. Are you in that one too, or is it just him?
I am. I'm a swing, though, so my schedule's a lot more flexible. A lot more flexible. So, I was able to be like, can I have Tuesdays off? I have a personal obligation. Because they don't need me because I'm only covering, so.
What's Puffs?
Puffs is a satire play about a certain boy wizard who goes to a school of magic and magic.
Uh-huh.
And for copyright reasons and beautiful, beautiful fair use. I cannot say the name of said boy wizard who goes to a school of magic and magic.
Oh, got you.
It may rhyme with Harry Potter. It may rhyme.
It may. And his name may be Harry, and at some point you may also find out that his last name is Potter, but you will never hear those two words said at the same time.
No. This is hypothetical.
I have no idea what you guys are going on about, honestly.
No. Well,
Either
it's...
called Potter or Harry.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah, I
because
know.
it's fair trade, fair use, trademark stuff. We got read a full 4-page document of things we're allowed to say and aren't allowed to say to not get sued.
Yeah. I've come to kill you, Potter.
Yeah, so,
Oh,
It's
sorry. That's my button.
You can never get into that. Never get into
the certain wizard who goes to a school of magic and magic.
Yeah.
Come to die.
It's a really fun show, and it's very much tongue-in-cheek, making fun of all of the things that don't necessarily make sense in said world. And a certain author who may not be named may or may not have tried to shut down the show many a time. It has failed because American free trade, free use, copyright stuff is pretty ironclad.
That's cool.
So it's a fun time.
Some places it works better than others.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah. You know, McDonald's lost its case over there in I think it was Ireland. It was for the word of was it Big Mac? Because there was already like a store, like a burger shack over there that sold things called Macs before them.
Oh.
And so like now like I think Burger King heard about it over there in Ireland, and now calls all their stuff like better than a Big Mac. It's just like a bunch of stuff. It's so funny, dude. It's like a Big Mac but better with extra the meat or something like that.
Them Europeans go crazy.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find it.
It's pretty fun. Yeah, it's very interesting how... Yeah, it's interesting how those laws and stuff work, and I will never fully understand it, but you know, we out here, living our worst lives.
In America? We trying.
That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
That was beautiful.
Thanks. There it is.
Hell yeah.
But you have to be a subscriber. God damn it. Oh, it was Sweden, I guess.
Oh, Sweden.
Not Ireland.
Big Mac-ish, but flame grilled, of course.
Friends that go to, wait, fuck, they're going to Portugal, never mind.
Anything but a Big Mac.
Kind of like a Big Mac, but juicier and tastier. That's really funny.
Everybody hates on Burger King, but my Burger King over
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like Burger King a little bit more than McDonald's. Yeah. I don't know if it's because I grew up with it, or just like a Whopper better.
I like El Pollo Loco.
Hey, I like Pollo.
Yeah. Pollo.
I think Burger King and McDonald's both have better nuggets than they have burgers.
I would agree with that. I typically go with the chicken option at McDonald's.
Yeah, I do like chicken nuggets. Or like the chicken tenders they used to have. I don't know if they still have them. I haven't had them. But I like the chicken
McDonald's
fingers.
crispy chicken sandwich is shockingly good.
McChicken or the crispy chicken sandwich?
The crispy chicken sandwich is shockingly good.
I'm gonna get more cereal. Be right back. Whoops.
Those McChickens, though. Oh boy, that's my guilty. Like, you give me a spicy chicken, I'm like, oh. Not to pay for that. That's not money I'm spending. That's a little bit more time.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's food is so good.
So tasty.
This is nice. This is a lot. This is more talking than I've done in a while.
Oh no. When do you get to come out of isolation?
I don't know because nobody knows because it's all it's when you test negative, so it's pretty much when I test negative, but my work is also trying to get me to come back early as well. They're like, well, if you stop feeling symptoms after a few days, you still have to come in, you just have to wear all this stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah,
safe, but
that sounds dangerous.
I need to make money, so I can't pay.
Yeah,
It's hard.
that's rough.
So, took a test yesterday, still positive, so
Oh,
scheduled it for tomorrow.
yeah. It's wild.
Crazy.
Are you testing positive on rapid tests or PCRs?
PCRs.
Mm.
Oh man. Just dealing with it day by day.
Yeah.
Wait, this shit's actually clean as fuck. Damn.
Huh?
Okay, sorry, I was looking at something.
How is Team Rocket the antagonist? Doesn't make any sense.
Like how they are the antagonist when they're so bad at their jobs?
Oh, I mean, they're doing their spiel, and their whole spiel is not very antagonistic. It's very... What is it they say? To protect the world from devastation. To unite people with, like, okay.
Unite the people within our nation.
Yep.
Something, something, truth and love, something, something, stars above.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
James.
Damn, that was
This
crazy.
isn't terrible. I mean, the worst thing they do is they just try to get Pikachu.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
The funny part is that they're not real antagonists. It's like
Yeah.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
He never
very
really
good way of
causes
putting it.
anything bad.
You know, in like later Pokemon like show, there's people that try to destroy the world, and it's like, oh,
Those are the antagonists.
Mhm.
yeah.
Funny thing is that James and Jesse aren't saying the Team Rocket motto correctly. Like, they're getting their own motto wrong, making it better than it actually is. There's like another couple of Team Rocket members who say it later, and it's completely different.
Oh.
Like, you know, along the same rhyming scale.
Did we ever see Jesse and James interacting with like a or anything, or are they just on their own?
They
Actual
just
what?
think that they're part of Team Rocket when they're really not.
That's true.
Honestly, they were fired a while ago.
They
Is that
had to have been
true?
fired so long ago.
No.
Oh, I have no idea. That was just me riffing.
Oh my god.
That would be funny though.
That might be true because I don't think I'm trying to remember if we ever see them interacting with like any superior, but I don't think we ever do. Because their
They
superior
know
is
to talk to
Giovanni.
Giovanni at some point.
They do? No.
They do.
Never mind then.
I honestly don't think their employmentship lasts that long. I think there like comes a point where it's like they're fired and it's like, oh, we gotta get Pikachu so that the boss will take us back in again. And then that just evolves into, yeah, they never really go back to Team Rocket.
Yeah. They're just always blasting off again.
Caterpie, you're evolving.
Aw. Good for them.
Yeah, good for you, Caterpie. That's odd. You always look like a big old, like, shell with a mustache.
Burger King fries best? Better than McDonald's fries? Really?
I don't know about that.
I don't know about all that.
I've never had Five Guys. We have one around here, but I just never.
I might have to run a poll on that one.
Five Guys is
Fries.
Want to pull in the chair right now.
Okay, I might have to run out the fries poll right now.
It's the Cajun that they put on the fries that are really good.
At Five Guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The best fries I've had so far has been at Popeyes.
The Popeyes fries
Never
are
had Popeyes
very good. They're pretty tasty. I'm a slut for some fried chicken.
Same here.
So Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich and their Cajun fries.
You ever had chicken and waffles, Kaitlyn?
Of course I've had chicken and waffles.
Oh, so
What do
good.
you think I am? It's so good.
I don't
No,
know.
When that was first becoming a thing, I was in college, and there was a chicken and waffles place across the street from where I went to school, so...
Blastoise, forward, oddish, drowsy, right shoot, Nidoqueen, Bellsprout, star me.
Never mind, I can't actually run a normal poll.
Oh,
I just don't know where the button is.
Beneflin, Crappy, Lickitung, Taurus, Weedle, Percent Sheldon, Origami Chan. Oh my god, there's so many Pokemon.
This is your homework for this week, Tyler.
I'm doing my best.
I require it for next week.
Today's Pokemon. Starting the whole thing?
Who's that Pokemon?
Pikachu! It's
Absolutely.
Bulbasaur.
I really like Checkers fries. Fucking love Checkers, dude. Or depending on where you are, it's rallies as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have rallies down here.
Rallies. I feel so guilty whenever I eat Rallies fries, but they're so good.
I really want some Sonic. Not gonna lie.
I want some Sonic Limited.
I love the drinks.
Drinks are really good.
Every time I eat Sonic, I overindulge them.
Yes, that's the danger there, because you like all of their sides are pretty bomb, and then like they're.
I don't care. I'm buying 2 large mozzarella sticks. It doesn't matter.
Your digestion.
Yeah. If
I
you had to
can drink
pinpoint a
milk.
moment-
It's not digestion. It's not.
That must be nice being able to drink milk.
Yeah, I
It's
drink
pretty
it.
nice.
I drink it straight.
Ooh. I used to be able to, but now I
Straight out
can't
the
do it
gallon.
anymore.
Oh yeah, no, my stomach started rejecting milk like 5 years ago. So
Oh,
Here we are.
Kaitlyn, it's gonna happen to me this year. Like the
Yeah.
last 4 months. I hate it.
Whenever
well,
that ever happens to me and I can't consume dairy products, I'm just gonna somebody has to put me down.
well, here's the thing.
I'll do it for you, Hive.
I still do it. I know it is a bad idea. I know I'm gonna be sick. Do I still do it? Absolutely. Because something about cheese, you just can't get rid of. And I
Every
know,
lactose intolerant person to exist. Yeah.
and I know that it's making my condition worse because I have other things going on other than just lactose intolerancy, and eating things that hurt my stomach makes it worse. Over time.
Yep.
That's why I'm being very bad.
Only food allergy that everyone ignores. Just
Yes.
collectively.
100%. It's a sensitivity.
You're drinking a milkshake? I thought you're lactose intolerant. I am. I'll deal with the consequences.
I love ice cream. Ice cream does not love me, though.
Say
I mean, this is proof of how good dairy is. You'd never see anybody risking their life to get some peanuts.
This is true.
No.
This is true. The dairy.
There's some dairy-free ice cream that's real good, though.
The Ben and Jerry's dairy-free is excellent.
Yeah.
Have you seen those ice creams? They're solid colors and they're weird flavors, like mac and cheese or pizza. fucking other shit like that. I forgot what they're called.
Oh, I have not.
Why would you say anything like that?
I saw them the other day when I was like getting groceries. I was like, what the fuck? I was tempted, but I was like, I'll wait.
Can't do that.
I'm not one to stray from weird foods.
Yeah.
I can't
That's-
stand olives though.
Yeah. No, absolutely not. Olive oil, delicious.
Yeah, I'll drink that shit.
You can olive oil
I'll do
straight
that.
out the
I'll
wall.
drink olive oil.
Why would you drink olive oil?
Why wouldn't you?
It
oil?
it can help your throat a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's oil.
To make things go in and out easier.
I was
Want me to broke goat for nothing.
That sounded a lot worse than it needed to be.
It sounded way worse.
Like you meant it. Like, I didn't think there was some way you meant that.
If you want to eat
Years
faster,
ago-
just lube up your body with fucking olive oil or something.
Well, here's the thing. Years ago, I did an opera. I was doing an Italian opera, and the lead tenor that they hired was he had retired from opera like 10 years before, and he was living in some other like South American country, and they flew him out here because this was gonna be a farewell performance from opera for like forever. But he hadn't practiced singing for like years, so he was trying to get back into it, and he was just like this. He's this older gentleman, and he was like, he must have been like in his 70s, and tenor operas sing like really high. So in the opera, I think it's like the end of the third act, there's this one high note he has to hit at the very end of the song, and every night, like, the rest of the ensemble would step forward and we all sing the chorus, and he'd be in the back like, he'd sing, step behind everybody, because he's like, alright, I have like 8 seconds before I have to sing this high note. So what he would do is he'd like make this whole gesture and walk behind the rest of us like he's getting up on a ladder, but what he was really doing was he was taking a little cup of olive oil that he had hidden away, and he would pretty much almost inhale it before getting up to sing that last note. And he did that every night.
Oh gosh.
He did, some nights he did it, and some nights he didn't.
Yeah, a tenor voice is so hard to maintain.
Yeah.
So I
Gotta
can
keep-
only imagine.
So it can help, but yeah, it can wreck you. Not wreck, but you'll be pooping weird. You'll be pooping weird.
I don't know shit about like operas or musicals and shit like that. I like Chicago.
Both excellent choices.
And I don't know if this counts, but I saw this really old movie called Cry Baby.
Oh, of course that counts.
No, that's I
There is-
fucking love that
Yeah, I've heard
movie.
that
It's
movie.
so stupid, but goddamn is it
is-
great.
There is a stage musical version of it. And the biker chick girl has a song called Screw Loose. It's absolutely wild. It's a good time.
I think I've only ever seen been to one play in my life or whatever. I don't remember what the fuck it was. It was so long ago. I
Yeah.
remember being there. Dude, and like when I was reading like B-Stars and like the anime is coming out, apparently they have like a play for it. I would love to go see that because like it looks so cool.
For which one?
It's called B-Stars.
Okay.
It's a manga / anime. It's really cool. It's like it's a big JoJo vibe.
Mm-hmm. You saw that.
When is season 3?
I don't know if it's out yet. I read the manga, so I already know it.
Manga.
Yeah, I tend to read more than I watch.
Me, it's the
It's just
opposite.
easier for me.
It's what I do.
I tend to watch because animation and stuff.
Yeah. I'm the voice actor guy, so I have to watch it and listen to it. So that's my excuse. I will stand by that.
It's a good excuse.
Watches it audio only.
I love a podcast, so I do consume a lot of media through audio or only. So.
Oh, do you guys listen to none other D&D podcast?
Of course.
Yeah. I love
Like
that
50% of my inspiration for Lilura was Emily's Evermore character.
stuff. Yeah, okay, yeah.
I've been listening to Dungeons and Daddies.
Yeah,
I started listening to
yeah.
Dungeons and Daddies.
I'm on
It's
it.
very good.
Do you guys like Pathfinder or any stuff like that?
I'm actually creating a Pathfinder character at the moment.
Oh, that's cool.
Pathfinder's
yeah,
where I started for my tabletop stuff.
Oh,
It's fun.
yeah. There's a podcast called the Glass Cannon Podcast, and they do a lot of what was it, Pathfinder? And they also do like stuff like Starfinder, so like futuristic stuff too. It's pretty cool, honestly. They did a really good job.
I would love to do. I would love to do a Dead Space campaign.
Oh, what base? I'm sorry.
Dead Space.
Oh, Dead Space. Oh, yeah.
That's one.
Did you hear about that new game that like old Dead Space people are making?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
I think it's
Is
like
it the remake or is it the new one? That's
it's a whole new game.
I think I saw trailers for that a
I
couple.
think it's like Calypso Protocol or something like that.
Yeah.
It's the Calypso Protocol.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing trailers for that like a few years ago when they first started. I remember the trailer was like really intense.
Yeah. Also, to sum up Pathfinder, in one sentence, you break the game at level 1.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
For anyone who hasn't played it, like at least speaking from a newbie's perspective, Hive first off was a really great DM for it. I don't care what his imposter syndrome will say. I had a lot of fun in this campaign, but like there was an entire class I played called the Summoner, and specifically
Yes, dude, I know. Oh my god.
and specifically what you can do, there was a subclass of the Summoner called the Synthesis who could actually fuse with their summon. So you would take on the summon's form and all of its physical traits while still inheriting your own mental traits. So for that purpose, I made all of my physical stats, strength, dexterity, and con, as low as they can be, put everything into my mental stuff, and then just lived in my summon. So, nonetheless, to say, it was really fun, and it's crazy the things that you can do in Pathfinder. Right now, once again, for anyone who is unaware, Wednesdays we have a Pokemon review series where we're reviewing the Pokemon tabletop system. However, though, I am thinking about trying to get up once we have a good review of that. I have a script put together for the next YouTube video for that. We're gonna review, I think, Shadowrun, which is a system that actually does not have any levels because you can take bids into different aspects rather than levels. So there's no real class progression as there is like just you take new abilities for your character.
Interesting.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it is.
I played the what is it, like Shadowrun, stuff like that.
Mhm.
But on the but like as the game, like the video game, and it was interesting. I know it's very old. That's what like kind of caused me to be like that.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe there will be another streamed game pop up because I do want to add more D&D variety to the channel. So maybe we'll have like, because I know I want to revisit Cyberpunk. I want to do Mork Bork, Shadowrun, of course.
Oh yeah.
So hey, if I'll probably be putting out a poll for like a game series to do for that.
I can't believe I remember this, but the first ever Shadowrun thing I ever saw as a kid, it was the multiplayer first-person shooter for Shadowrun
Oh god.
on the Xbox 360.
It was good, right?
So
I
It was
love
good.
okay, so a little bit of a break from it, but we are now officially back to being live. And so,
Yay!
without further ado, let's go ahead and continue our journey. Last we left off, Namielle, you had just healed everyone. Did you already roll the prayer of healing roll or no?
Yeah. It was 19 to everyone.
Alright, so everyone healed 19 hit points.
Yay!
And as you guys progress further and further down this lone tunnel, the sandstone that originally was roughed and clearly like uncarved starts becoming more smooth with textures and even mosaic designs built into the stone. The mosaic designs depict that of a glorious city with that at one point probably basked in the sun, with glints and gleams off of every single window, building, door, and even person imaginable due to the clothing that you see depicted in the mosaics. On top of this culture had a form of god, if you will. What looks like a magnificently large serpent, though anyone who has a religion's proficiency of +5 and above would just innately know this is a little weird, as usually it's Yuan-Ti who are regarded as the snake, as those who worship snake gods. Yet, obviously, Damien and Lilura were warded off in the very front.
Yes, very odd. Should we
Seems like
continue?
some Yanti race lore right there.
Race wars.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Poggers!
We do not. No poggers.
Can I be the next campaign, please?
Oh god. Well, there's a few things planned because certain groups are affecting the world. Obviously, there's the big bad that's affecting the world, but a few campaigns are actually going to be adding new things to it. For example, now as you guys keep going further down, you are presented with a large chamber. This chamber is that of a type of dome-like shape with 5 passageways in front of you, not including the one that you guys just came out of. The 5 passageways look to be in the direct opposite, and then to the west, the east, and then the in-between sections of northwest and northeast. So clearly it is a 5-spoked dome. Technically 6-spoked, because you guys came out of the 6th one.
Mm-hmm.
So, on top of this, on each of these doors is a specific is a script written in Draconic. Oliver, you can read these to understand that all of these lead with 2 words saying "trial of," followed by a different word for each door.
Interesting.
So, for example, in the leftmost door is the trial of the ball. In the second door, once again we're going left to right, is the trial of string. The third door is the trial of iron. The fourth door is trial of gas. And the fifth door actually has the last word, what looks like it's been broken off. And you assume that if you gathered enough rubble in the air, you might be able to discern it, but that's more grasping at straws than anything.
Fuck.
Mystery.
How many are there again?
5 trial doors. One of them you do not know what the trial is, what the trial hints at, because it cuts off at trial of and then broken rubble.
Interesting.
So,
Are we seeing different paths, or do we have to complete each trial before we proceed? Is that what or do we have to figure that out? What do y'all think?
just about to ask that same question.
Do you want to ask it?
Damien and
Should
Lilura
I-
are also looking a bit dumbfounded, but they see this place as a nice enough area to park the cart and begin to start making sure that the camels are well fed.
I will park the
So,
walk over and be like, all right.
I didn't get to take the note. Look.
what do you all think?
I say we go through the one that we don't know about.
This is like the most dangerous one to choose.
I'm wondering if we should turn the Wayfinder back on, see if it points us in one of the directions, or if it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
We
spins
told the whole
around
point.
like
We should probably do
top.
that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was giving you guys when you had passed through the tunnel, like an opportunity to do that, but clearly nothing came of it.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
So let's do that.
Yeah.
So,
I'll turn it on.
you speak the word aloud, and all of a sudden the room lights up, and you see that the snake is now pointing downward. It does not actually point to any of the trials.
So that tells me that one or all of these doors leads down.
What does this room look like?
This room
It's
is
just doors, right?
This room is a dome-like room with 5 doors at different ends, not including the one that you guys came through. So technically, it is a six-doored room.
I think we might have to do the trials. Maybe something will open or we'll go down. I don't know.
That's also what I'm thinking. I don't know if we have to do all of them, but I mean, we have to at least try one.
Yeah, there's 6 of us and 5 doors.
So,
Are these big doors or these little doors?
That's the best math I've done in a while.
Well, what are you talking about? There are 6 of us here. They point towards Manny.
Oh.
Manny.
Is it part of some like incoherent contract that you can't participate in the?
Just doesn't. Just kind of scares me. Just stands there.
I think he's keeping
put a blanket over him.
Side note, I like to imagine if you look in D&D General, that's what happens. Well, of course there is. There's Manny over there. And it's just the zoomed in of the intimidating Manny.
Yes, excellent.
I want to.
Pretty much me, no matter the character.
Can I open the door to the nameless one?
Yeah. You look into the door and see an extremely long passageway.
I just saw the photo.
It's a long passage.
What do we have? We have the trial of gas, trial of stone.
I was trying to take them down, but they're going a little too fast for my slow typing skills. Trial of, was it gas? It was my brain was hit.
From
ball?
Yeah, here, from left to right. Let me
Yeah,
go
ball.
back.
I remember the ball one for some reason.
Gas.
I'm afraid of the ball.
And what was the third one?
Say string?
Cup. So ball, string,
Anvil. Wait.
gas, and
Cup.
something.
Gun. Gun.
Gun?
No, it was the trial of
Alright.
iron.
Iron.
Okay. But I mean,
Ball, string, gas, iron.
And the mystery
should,
box
we,
control.
The nameless one.
should we all just go together?
Yes.
Alright.
If we
That
see
means.
just a long hallway in the nameless one, perhaps it isn't a trial at all?
Gas is interesting. It kind of makes me feel like someone's got to hold their breath for a while, which
I don't have to breathe.
that could work.
I mean, would
I
you
could
like-
take the main one.
Well,
Well,
if
we
you
also
can't
don't
breathe,
know that we have to go one. Like, we also don't know if we only have to go one at a time.
That's true.
It
I
just makes
think-
safest
yeah.
for me to go into the gas alone.
I think maybe if one of us can only go in one at a time, let's try. Should we just try the gas one, all walk in together, but you walk in front of us, and then if it cuts the rest of us off, we know for certain that we cannot all proceed?
I suppose I'm fine with testing that out. I'm at full health and have all of my spell slots.
Damien and Lilura, we can go ahead and set up a small camp here if you all want. That way, this room looks safe, to say the least.
That is
I-
true.
Do you want your snake back, by the way?
You see no snake.
What?
I
I'm
thought you were
sorry.
asking something about a snake.
No, did they want the Pathfinder back?
Oh no, We're at this moment it's just pointing downwards, and we're kind of stuck here for a moment.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Alright.
do we want to rest up before we go, or do we want to test and then rest? Because this is the safest we've been in quite some time.
You mean I spend the day tomorrow figuring this out?
Depends if anybody needs to sleep.
Mm. We could always try one
Yes. we
door.
can- And then if one of us is mortally wounded, we can go in and sleep.
That sounds like a plan.
All right. So, let's approach the gas chamber. Oh, bad wording. The gas door.
I mean,
Yeah,
gas
the
chamber
travel
would
day.
be
Pretty
correct.
sure don't light a match in there.
Yes.
Trial of flatulence. We're going to the trial of flatulence.
The trial of flatulence, excellent choice. And so, proceeding down the also equally long hallway, it goes further and further down. You guys feel like you travel for what feels like maybe half an hour in a straight line,
Cool.
until you finally find yourselves in another large chamber. This chamber is that of a perfectly square room, and on the complete opposite side from where you guys stand is a small chest.
Right.
This chamber, by the way, for anyone wondering, is about 100 foot in every length.
My concern here is that the entire chamber will fill with gas, so it's probably best for you all to stay outside of the room. But also 100 feet is quite far if I am in mortal peril.
I can stay with you. I'm really good at holding my breath.
Right. Shall we then?
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop breathing because I don't have to breathe, and approach the chest and
Sure. So
do its
I want to
once you take 5 feet into this room, you realize that you step. Where you step, you hear a clicking sound, and there is a following.
Yes, I probably should have
it is-
seen that coming and made a check or something.
Yes, it is very faint. It is very faint, but you can hear it.
Excellent. Nobody come in here. That bad idea. Can I, now that I've already set off at least one trap, do a perception check or something to see if I can see any other
Yes.
tiles?
Um,
Where is perception?
Mhm.
There it is. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and use my inspiration, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll that again, because
Who's watching this?
that's
You are all watching this indeed.
Oh god, heartbreaking. That was almost a 20.
All right.
4
4 total.
total, unless I get to take my first roll, which point it was 6 total.
So worry not. I'm gonna go ahead and give you this. There are 5 symbols replicated throughout this entire chamber, and these symbols were very faint. So until you were at the right enough height, you can actually see them carved into the numerous tiles. With 100 feet, and these tiles are at least 5 feet wide, there are a grand total of, 100 tiles in total. Here are the 4 symbols as follows.
Looks like a deconstructed snake.
Yeah, it does. Seeing eyes, fangs, tongue, scale, and tail. So what does the one that I stepped on look like?
The one you stepped on looks like a scale.
Right, then, I will continue across the room, attempting to, avoiding the scales. But also, I'm not like going super slow because I know that I don't have to breathe. But I'm trying to be as careful as possible.
Side note, I'm actually now noticing apparently more people have also subbed, so I'm going to go ahead and update the Tuesday tally with one more. But for some reason, my notifications aren't going up. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat what you said.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and try to keep going across the room, avoiding the scale tiles.
Mhm.
But I'm also like not going super slow or anything because I also know that I don't have to breathe, so it's fine. I'm just trying to be as careful as possible.
Understandable. I will let you know now. It looks like it's almost impossible to avoid stepping on a tile.
Cool. Just gonna continue not breathing.
Alright. So, the next tile you see, each of the 5 is clearly well within reach for you to step on. Which tile would you like to step on next?
Oh, okay. I was just gonna try to avoid all of the scale tiles. So I guess let's go with the eye.
Okay. The eye pops up, and when you step on the eye, nothing happens.
Cool. If there's another eye one going straight, I'll just keep going with the eyes across if that's a.
So once you step on a second eye, a new thing pops out of the chamber walls. What looks like a, how do I explain this? A burner, an unlit burner of massive size.
What?
An unlit burner, almost like kind of like a, you know how like a Bunsen burner, how it's clearly a thing that houses where fire is ignited, but nothing is lit in there. And this is after you stepped on a second eye.
Oh shit. Okay, so
the chamber is the sound of gas filling the chamber is still prevalent, by the way.
Yep. So I think that this is less of a not breathing thing and more of a getting set on fire from combustion thing. Okay.
Doing great!
Oh lord. So stepping on 2 eyes did that. Let's try.
What are you trying to get again?
I'm just trying to get to that chest. And not
I
get
could
set on
probably
fire.
do it without even touching the floor.
Oh, okay. I will stand still if you think that you can do that. Can you hold your breath through the gas?
Holding the breath part might be kind of.
So what is your plan to not touch the floor, Oliver?
Yeah.
I have the wings unfurled feature now.
So you wish to
So
fly
I
across
get
the
wings
chamber, yes?
until the end of my turn. Yeah.
So be aware that a single turn is 6 seconds, and so basically your movement speed is determining how much movement you can cross in 6 seconds. So unless you have a way to cross a 100-foot chamber in a single turn, yeah.
That's my.
Okay.
Damn. I have 45 movement speed right now.
You have 45.
Yeah.
So if you dash once, it is 90, and if you double dash, it becomes enough to clear the chamber in one jump.
I can. I can help you with that. Yeah, I can help you with that, Oliver. Okay, so I'm gonna cast shit, where was it? Long strider on you.
Long strider increases your innate movement speed by 10 feet, Oliver, giving you a 55. So only one action or bonus action is required of you now.
Okay, so I could step of the wind all the way over there.
Yes, you do. With your Step of the Wind bonus action, you proceed to jump all the way over to where the chest is. And now, where you look at the chest, you see, engraved onto the chest, is a lone tally.
It's like... Did that just appear?
One tally.
Is it look like rope?
just a tally.
Actually, let me give you a better visual than just that. Go ahead and keep role playing as you guys wish.
Does that mean that we've cleared one trial and we must clear the others?
Did the tally just appear
Yeah, that's
when
what
I
I'm
got there?
wondering. Oh no. Do we all have to reach the chest?
I think so. Does it look like there's any lock or anything on this chest?
No.
How close am I to the chest?
You have only traversed 10 feet out of the 100.
Damn it. Let me look at something.
You stepped on one tile, the gas started. You stepped on another tile, the thing came out. It looked like it was an ignition of sorts.
So
Yeah,
if you
my
recall,
worry is I'm gonna set
it
us
was
all on
once
fire.
you stepped on the scale, the gas started. When you stepped on the eye the first time, nothing happened. And when you stepped on the eye a second time, the ignition machine came up.
Yeah.
And maybe stepping on one tile at a time.
Like, not stepping on two of the same thing at the same time.
Be aware that every single type of tile shape is always adjacent to another in some way, shape, or form, so you can always be stepping on any of them in a time.
Yeah. So I'm like...
Which one's the one that released the gas?
The scale.
Okay. And the eye's ignition.
The second time I stepped on an eye is an ignition. The first time it wasn't. So, should I keep moving, trying this out, or... Oh, so I've only gone 10... Have I gone 10 or 15 feet?
You've only moved 10 feet. Oh, sorry, technically you moved 15.
Okay. So I'm trying to decide... It's 100 feet, so yeah, that would still be 70 feet, and then I'd... trying to figure out if I should just Misty Step. Okay. Should I keep going, or...?
I guess so.
What tile shape do you step on next?
Okay,
By the way, this is under the assumption that only you and Oliver are actually present in the room. Gizzard, Namielle, and Lynn are in the hallway just before the room is officially begun.
I believe so, and we're all just kind of yelling at each other.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear to be an issue to do that. And obviously, for you to have conversed with Oliver, you would have needed to have shouted across a room.
Oh yes. Or I've sent Thraxor over there to shout at. Oh, I left Thraxor over there, and I'm communicating with him telepathically, and he's doing his best.
Well, here, clearly nothing bad comes of speaking aloud.
Yeah.
So we'll just go with that.
I'll go with that. Okay, does anybody have a suggestion of which one I should step on next?
Try the fangs.
Step on which one? The scale and...
A scale and an eye is all I've done.
Try the fangs.
Sure, I'll step on the fangs.
You step on the fangs?
Uh-huh.
Nothing happens. And, once again, Oliver, you are the only person who hears this because you're actually next to the chest.
Oh!
As a second tally shows up.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think maybe we need to step on the thingies.
Step on them in order. Let's see, you stepped on... Oh, man, we don't know what tally showed up, if it was for the eye or the scale.
I think it was for Oliver reaching. Oh, you're right.
It could have been the eye. If we step on the wrong one, it restarts, so it was an eye and a fang. Maybe?
Can I try to step on the... I'm trying to think of if it would be... to... the order from an eye down, like that a snake is constructed, so like eyes and fang and tongue and scale and tail, or if it's alphabetical order.
I was thinking the same thing. I,
Because
Fang,
I, F, and then R would be Rattler, and then scale, and then tongue.
R-S-E. So it's either Rattler or Scale that's next.
Yeah.
If it's in anatomical order, it would be the tongue.
Yeah.
Also,
Maybe.
Lilura, you were granted advantage by Vaughn.
Thank you. Can I do any sort of insight check to get to figure out what I should step on next?
I'll give you this. You may make an investigation check with advantage.
Great. With advantage. Okay, beautiful. That's a 22 on my first roll. I'm just gonna roll again to see if I crit. I don't crit, so 22.
Alright, so with a 22, you recall that so far, when you stepped on the scale first, clearly the trap reacts to this. The first eye you stepped on did not react to it. In fact, there was no such response that you guys could hear. And you now notice that the only reason that, once again, Oliver, the only reason that you heard the tally come up is because for everyone else, they hear the sound of the gas filling in the chamber, but because you're on the chest, you can actually hear the engravings. And so when a second eye was stepped on, clearly the room reacted to that.
So maybe step on
Maybe it is in
a
order.
different one.
But which one? Because it...
So eye, fang. You could try tongue.
Tongue next?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and try to step on the tongue.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Right,
A third
then I'm
tally.
just gonna keep boogieing and step on the scale. And then finally I'll step on that Rattler.
And so, with this, Oliver, you hear everyone in the room hears a single loud click come from the chest. But the chest does not open. And in fact, no longer do you hear the gas. And the ignition machine goes away for now.
That's good.
Good.
What if we go backwards now?
So, step on the scale, tongue, fang, eye?
I mean,
Or the same order, but just going the other way?
I mean,
Keep going forward or come back?
no, keep going forward, but step on the opposite of what you stepped on, like ending to beginning.
Okay, I can try that. So I'll keep going towards the chest and start with Rattler.
Okay. With the Rattler stepped on, you now see that the chamber, you no longer hear the sound of the gas, but you all hear, I don't know how to describe this any better, but you guys know how in movies, when like a metal wire is getting ready to snap, you can hear the twinge, like tightening.
Oh god.
All of you, Lilura and Oliver, who are in the room, can hear this very clearly, like as though it's from all around them, and the rest of you can hear it faintly.
What was that?
Good
sound?
Bad.
Bad sound?
Bad sound.
Okay.
I'm gonna step... The one that's the Rattler that I had stepped on before still, like, indented, or has it gone back
still-
up
no,
and, like,
it's
I
still
would trigger it
indented.
again? Okay, I'm gonna step back.
Mhm.
Gonna get off that.
Okay.
Um,
The one that you stepped on is also still indented.
cool. Let's... I'll go ahead and...
Do it again?
Do I again? Yeah, I'll go ahead and step on I. So nervous. Okay.
Maybe?
So, yeah, I'll keep going in the same order. So I'll go Fang, Tongue,
It's working.
Scale, Rattler.
it's funny imposing anxiety by making players think that the same answer isn't done twice.
Yeah, I mean,
I hate you.
we're in here being like, it can't be that simple. It can't be that simple.
Look, it's literally the same mentality of when you put when you're doing a scantron and you see three C's pop in a row and you're like, something's wrong here.
Yep, 100%.
Professor who actually. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
With this, the second lock happens, and Oliver, you actually, I need you to do a dex save because you're on top of the chest.
Alright, let me do a dex save.
I think it's flung across the room.
No, buddy, no way.
Alright, you perform some feat of acrobatics to actually prop your body, your hand, whatever you wish, on top of the now flinging open chest. And in the swift motion, you now sit on top of the lid, now opened, like as though you like a throne or a chair of sorts.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
And with this unlocked, you all see the tiles all descend down at once.
Oh.
The room is now free to explore.
Oh, thank God. I think we're all good, I shout back to everyone.
We'll look down whatever's in the chest.
Yeah, I go over to investigate the chest.
Inside of this chest, you see a new snake. Though this one is not made of gold, this one is made of a black metal.
Fancy.
You think there's one of these in every single trial?
Maybe.
The powers combined?
Probably.
No? I mean, who wants to touch it? If nobody agrees, I'll do it.
I mean, I think we're fine. I don't think we'll get injured.
So, side note, apparently, actually, let's see. Never mind. Go ahead and continue what you're doing.
Yes.
Pick it up. I'm like literally on top of the chest.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's gonna do it?
Oh,
Yeah.
you can. Go ahead.
Just grab it.
I'm just sitting there.
I haven't here, but you guys said that there was nothing to worry about, so.
All right. Well, then I guess I'll do it. I don't.
Yeah, sure.
So you grab the black snake, yes, Oliver?
Yeah.
Right.
Black
The black snake coils around your arm and rests there with, and not constricting in any way, more comfortable, almost like a bracelet. Or no, I guess what's the term for it? It's not like a bracelet. It goes from like wrist to almost. Yeah, let's go with that.
Can I use identify on it?
Mm-hmm. When you cast identify, it does not identify it as a unique magical item in the way that it is like usable, standard magic item means, but it does radiate some sort of transmutation magic.
It's transmutation magic, and that's bracelet.
So possibly it will change as we go on.
I mean, one can assume.
Yes.
Maybe doing these trials and giving us these bangles, kind of some kind of passage, I guess.
Maybe that's assuming if all the other trials have a bangle.
Yeah.
Certainly one way to find out, I suppose. Alright.
One trial done.
One trial
to
done.
To the next one.
And now we understand what we're really up against, I suppose.
So, you all head back to the chamber, and I'm trying to. Which of you has the golden snake? Or did we give it back to Lilura?
We get it back.
Oh yeah,
Didn't we?
Oh, no, I thought I had it on me.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So Oliver has both the golden snake and the black snake. Allura and Damien, seeing you all come back. Welcome back. What happened? We thought we heard some strange noises echoing.
I almost set us all on fire, but it is okay.
Oh well. There's still 4 more chambers if you want to uncover this. What did you find anyway?
I got this. Shows the little thing on my.
Interesting. A black snake. Huh.
Does it mean anything to you?
It doesn't mean anything innately to us, no.
Well, I mean, does anyone want to do another one?
I say we do the nameless one.
Yes, I mean,
Or
might as well get out of the way.
get the crazy one out of the way before we deal with what we know we have.
Right. So
What to work against, yes.
here you guys go down the next one. Once again, going down forward and back through these halls, it clearly is like a half-hour length each. So far, we'll say like maybe an hour and 10 minutes have passed by. Maybe closer to an hour and a half, just from you guys going down the trial, coming back, and then the half an hour it took you guys to go through the trials and tribulations of the trial itself.
Okay.
So, with this, you guys go down this next one. It is a half-hour long run. However, though, once you do reach the half-hour point, you all notice that even those of you with dark vision cannot see forward.
People with dark vision?
Ain't bro.
Can't see.
Even with dark vision, or
Yeah, he said
even
it's
with
that
dark vision,
magical
you cannot
darkness.
see this dark. You cannot see through this
no.
darkness. In
I'm
fact,
gonna-
what's probably the most disconcerting thing about this, once again, for those who don't have dark vision, this is just, you're in a dark hallway going into another dark hallway. For those of you with dark vision, it's like looking back at like actual mosaics, and then all of a sudden it just cuts off into a void.
That's cool.
Is there like a rock or something I can pick up?
Yeah, we'll give you that.
Cool. I'm gonna cast light on it, and then I'm gonna toss it into like the void.
Sure. You cast light and toss it into the void, and once it goes through, once it like enters the innate area that is obviously the void, it just vanishes.
Oh my goodness.
It also does
Excellent.
not make a sound.
Oh.
So,
Okay, now that is terrifying.
I pull out my sword and shield.
Also, when you did cast light, let me just add this in. There's a very clear and obvious one.
Oh.
Is it clear and obvious? What?
Oh, sorry, that was me. That's my usual like thinking noise.
I thought that we were making like the noise of a scurrying creature, and so I was like, fuck.
So.
Oh, so like she threw the rock, but it hit the floor? Maybe?
So basically, like, the light, this is to give you guys a definitive, this is where it went. When you threw it forward, Lilura, I'm assuming, just pick a side, left or right.
I would have gone probably right-handed.
So. You threw it that way, and clearly it did not make a sound.
Uh-huh.
That is so weird, alright.
I mean, I can keep trying to throw rocks in different areas, see if anything makes a sound.
No, I think this was just, I'm gonna be honest, I think this was just a terrifying experience that we're just meh.
Good. Going to see.
And we heard nothing. Can I run my sword, like, it's a hallway, right?
It's a what?
It's a hallway, and
Yes,
then
it
it's like it goes from everything to just
clearly
nothing.
once again it just goes from like hallway to nothing, and this is assuming that like Lilura recast lights so you guys can actually visibly see like the just drop off into nothing.
Yeah.
Can I run my sword along the wall from like the light to the dark to see if there's like any difference in the feeling?
So,
Scrape it along the wall.
Did you send Thraxor in there?
I was about to say I could send Thraxor in there, but let's do.
So you
Tyler's
put
thing
your short sword right through it?
Yeah.
All right. So, Lynn, you know I love you, right?
No.
When you stick your sword through it, with every bit that you stuck through, the blade feels lighter and lighter.
I pull the blade back out.
Anything that was not stuck in is still there, but the rest of the blade looks like it has been cleaved completely off, like as though it has been erased.
What the?
Is it still a +1 short sword?
It is no longer usable. It is a broken short sword.
Okay.
I
There
could
goes
mend
my
it.
magic.
You could mend it if the other half was available. It was erased from existence. You may all now roll an Arcana check.
I'm good at those.
I got inspiration from earlier, right?
Yes, you did.
26.
15.
Remember, you can choose to use your inspiration after the rolls are declared as well. So,
I got a 20.
all right, so
That
far
good
so good.
Arcana Celestus.
Yep.
19.
Waiting for everyone to roll an Arcana check just to give like any sort of like
Yeah, I'm bad too.
great surprise. Nice, Namielle. And all that would be left was Oliver's if he wishes to roll.
And Manny, does Manny have any arcane?
Actually, do
No.
you have any Arcana, Manny?
It's like a +2.
That's still something. Go ahead and roll.
Six.
All right. And all that's left is Oliver. Oliver, when you have a chance, please roll an Arcana check. Actually, you know what? No, that's fine. So, Gizzard and Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
This is something you thought you would never have to encounter in your life. That is annihilation space.
God damn it.
This is not magical darkness, and it's very evident by that. This is anything that comes in contact with the black void gets erased from existence.
Shit,
However, though, as I pointed out, clearly Lilura threw it down a specific segment, and the stone did not make any noise because the stone was erased. Assuming that Lynn is next to Lilura.
Yes.
Because it's always by increment of 5-foot squares, that is like what you uncovered, and clearly that was erased.
it's a good thing I did not just walk in there. That was one of my plans.
Thraxor realizes what's going on. He's like, "Don't you fucking send me in there."
Oh, darling, only as a last resort.
I mean, would he be okay though? Like, could you recast the spell and he would be back?
Allow me to
I
explain.
could, but
Allow
it
me to
takes
explain this.
time.
Annihilation space is the deadliest type of thing ever to exist. It is complete erasure of existence. It's not a matter that your sword was destroyed, it just no longer exists once it came into contact with that space, or at least the part of it that was extended in. People who die by annihilation space typically cannot be brought back, because their existence is erased. The memory of them still is around, but their existence no longer is a thing. They cease to exist.
Now, Lynn's looking at this, thinking that this is a bit of a humbling experience. But at the same time, Lynn's looking at the sword, and just there's a small part of their brain that's just considering, could this be made into some sort of physical weapon of sorts? That would be interesting. And then kind of brushes the idea away, like, we'll come back to that later.
Very obvious.
Honestly,
I'm gonna stay in the back.
annihilation
I'm not gonna get in there.
Annihilation sword would be really cool, but no. We have problems here and now.
Well, I suppose I can, or we can all, I don't think it's necessarily important that I do it. We can throw rocks or stuff, like, incrementally to see if we ever hear it hit the ground.
There does look like an extremely large source of pebbles that lines where you guys walk.
It's like it's meant to be.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and start picking up pebbles and, like, throwing them every 5 feet from where I started over to the side.
And so you're not trying to like throw it in like to like for distance. You're trying to clearly like almost like dropping it on the ground in front of you, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to hear where there's safe stuff.
The area right
I also
here.
don't think Lilura has much distance.
The area right here. You hear a sound in this space.
Right.
I'm so sorry. I'm back.
Oh my god.
This is going to be a long stick situation as well, but with pebbles.
Well, I mean, I have other things we can use. I have.
Yes, but they
Yeah.
will get fully destroyed. I don't think we want to use any of our
I mean,
provisions.
I have arrows. I could stick arrows in.
Ooh, we do that with arrows or with...
Just kind of prod it through each area and just make sure that wherever I'm about to go isn't,
Yes.
death.
Yeah.
Try
I mean,
that.
as long as we're checking, I think we'll be fine.
I'll take an arrow out and I'll put it through the same area where we heard the noise, see if that does anything to the arrow.
Nope, nothing happens. However, though, the arrow still, once it goes through, is unseeable. So this is probably the scariest trial of them all. This is annihilation space mixed with magical darkness.
Good.
So not only can you not see what's coming up, you if you don't hear anything, it's clearly an erasure space. This is a trial that relies on hearing more than anything. If you cannot hear the sound, clearly you are going in the wrong direction. It is a blind trial, to say the least. Mr. Lich, I don't feel so good.
Oh no!
Nice job, Cassidy.
Well, no point. All of us
Can
going
we
in
try to
doing
dispel
it.
magic in the magical darkness?
Can you
I
try
was
to
about-
you would like to dispel the magical darkness, yes?
Yeah, I have it.
When you attempt to dispel magic, nothing happens.
Dang it.
Good.
That is a spell slot waste,
How many-
just in case you're wondering.
Rip.
I have 16 arrows. Now here's what I'm thinking. Walk into the space, and every few feet or so, just stick the arrow in front of me. And I know I can't see, but I'll stick it in front of me, or stick it wherever I want to walk, pull it back, and just tap it to see if the arrow point is still there. If not, get rid of it, and get a new arrow, and do that in a different direction. And if there's a sharp point, I know I can move forward.
Okay. So, would you like?
I'm okay doing this, unless anybody else has got a better idea, or if anybody wants to volunteer.
Do I have anything that can let me see through magical darkness?
We had a party member that could see through magical dark, but she's posing right now.
Oh yeah, that's a...
Should we
Shit.
put a cover over it?
I just reworked my Eldritch Invocations and I got rid of that one.
Yes, it's almost like it was coincidentally planned.
It's almost like you checked my character sheet.
However, though, this isn't generally like this is probably the scariest trap. This is probably the scariest trap trial I've ever made.
Yeah.
Should we just go back to the other ones? Eh?
So you're saying if I just run through this one, I'll die?
Yes.
Yes, I am guaranteeing you your character. It is a character death if you walk into that space.
Well, I think
Specifically the filled-in space.
You
I
never.
Mm,
we
We won't remember
continue with the rock throwing as well. That way you don't have to waste all of your arrows. We can throw it, see if you hear something, poke
There
your
is-
arrow in, and to double check your
One
work.
other thought is going to also come into your guys' mind. Now, while obviously the light is a really good resource to fall back on, at some point you worry that this maze will lead you to a point where you are going to be completely surrounded by magical darkness and the annihilation space.
Oh,
And the
God.
worst part is, I'm going to ask you this, guys, as players, can you discern your proper navigational direction if you are surrounded by a void?
Absolutely not.
That is correct.
That is. If
Once
I have.
once you
if
go
I-
far
I
enough,
mean, I
in,
can.
yeah, of course you can.
Oh,
once
the mayonnaise.
you go far enough in, at that point, it is going to be followed by a navigation check.
Why don't we
So-
just tie a rope?
You could, but the
does
issue
it
is
get disintegrated?
yes, because think of it like this: the moment, let's say you turn a corner, what remains of the rope that came in contact with it gets annihilated, and thus you think yourself still having slack.
Could we check if the black snake is helping?
We can't
If
see.
it-
Oh, right now where
Is
you
it
guys
moving?
are, right now where you guys are, like this. Let me go ahead and put the. That entire little like huge 20-foot by 20-foot corridor, is like 20-foot wide corridor is lit up due to Lilura's light cantrip on a random rock right there.
Yep.
So you guys can easily see where the void starts.
Does the snake point to the safe square?
Nope.
Okay, I was hoping that there would be a navigational.
No, that'd be too easy.
I mean,
I don't have the keen 9 feet, so I don't know which way is north, south, east, or west. The one
No.
for them, it's going to be a little disorienting.
Yes. So
I have a
So-
plan for the rope, actually.
how do I put this? This is probably the scariest part. There's potentially going to be a point where if someone does not do their navigation check right, they will become lost and will have to roll for a random direction.
Oh no.
Jesus.
well, I don't like that at all.
Well,
I have a plan for the rope.
I
Okay.
think yes, you have a plan?
So, when we step on a rope, we can feel it. Can we just lay it on the path that we find, going that way? Because it's
You
not
have to
going to
cut up the
follow
rope
us.
in pieces for that.
I mean,
No,
no,
not
we have
necessarily.
we have
I see what
50
you're
feet
saying.
increments or something like that, right?
Yeah,
we
most
just lay it on
most
the
if not all
ground.
of you should have 50 feet exactly.
I have.
I don't
I
have
have-
rope.
I think I have rope. I have rope as well.
I have
Yeah.
it.
Do I have rope? I
I'll
don't,
see-
dude.
Kind of like trail it along, like carry the bundle, but just as we walk, just like leave a little bit behind, and then
Yeah.
if we
I
have to
rope.
backtrack a little bit, just without touching it as much, just kind of like scoot along.
So what, like kind of like what, Oliver? Are you trying to like implement like kind of like in the same way you step on a cord? You can feel like yourself stepping on rope.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
And if you crawl, you stay close to the ground.
What if we just held hands?
Oh, all of us together? You want to do that?
Sounds like a good idea too.
Through the power of friendship, we'll make it through this maze.
Yeah, everyone has
remember
to
everyone.
dance.
We don't just have the power of friendship. We have Manny on our side.
Fucking Namielle shaking.
It do have long limbs.
Oh, I have a really stupid idea, and Zeno, if this is like going to break things, let me know. Can Manny find his way over there, and once he gets to the end, can we sing the jingle to bring him back?
Sadly, the jingle does not work that way.
Sucks. Ah, man.
Remember, the jingle is only here under certain circumstances.
In half a session, and they're already trying to abuse the jingle.
Hey, you gotta
No,
try
not the
to
jingle, just you. No, I'm
You
kidding.
must
think
figure out the
of
limitations of the jingle.
problem-solving.
Finds a way.
Was it no? What's it? The was it creative problems require creative solutions? What the fuck is it? It's the Dave Chappelle line.
It's modern problems.
Modern problems require modern
solutions.
Good work. Manny is
I
there.
fucking love that.
If that's the case, we should have Manny go first.
Wow, sacrifice the substitute.
Whoa.
Oh, we're not gonna do that. No.
Sacrifice. No, I'm kidding.
Although, to be fair, I could do. So yeah. So do we want to implement using the rope, leaving a path behind us on the ground like a cord, so we know where we've been, and then just use the arrows that I have just to test out each area in front of me, and then I'll just tap the top of it to see if it goes away or not.
That's so yeah. So like,
And we hold hands too.
let me hold that.
I'm gonna say no to that.
We can hold hands out here, moral support.
You all can hold hands.
Just hold my hand.
Don't be lost in this darkness.
So, I guess the question is, who's going in? Because the more people that go in, while yes, technically there is a way to become more secure, if something goes wrong, it could potentially lead to a TPK. I am going to tell you guys this right now. I will not be holding back punches for this specific trap because I've given you clear warnings of what this trap entails.
Clear warnings of don't do it, except for you have to.
It makes it seem like that there's only a certain amount of trials that we have to do.
Do we want to go try other trials?
No, I'm not.
I mean, we can also live a little longer, you know.
I kind of don't want to be wiped from existence.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kinda
on a
don't
diet?
Spicy.
I don't want to chicken out.
Neither am I. I mean, we're already here. We'll either have to deal with this now or later.
We can
What
just walk
happens when you
back.
touch the thing, the annihilation, or do you just disintegrate?
I think your finger would at least.
I think the part that enters just gets wiped.
What if you just stick your pinky in there and just call it a day?
I have 10 fingers. I can do this.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
time to pull
the-
just pull an Ezio, get your ring finger in there.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Eyes.
Does it hurt?
What?
We don't know.
Losing a
Do you
finger?
want to find out?
I'm asking you, like, out of character. Does it hurt?
It probably only hurts when you pull it out.
It doesn't cauterize it, it just vanishes. And then, like, you pull it back and it's just gushing blood.
I mean, if you want to be experimental, you can always find out. That's a nice little physical character trait.
Yeah, come on.
No. No.
Yeah, for my whole head. No, I'm kidding.
Come on.
We can use Manny like a crash test dummy because they have
No.
really long arms.
Yeah,
Stop
Manny, where you at?
Oh
Stop
my
using
god.
Manny.
Manny.
We're gonna lose our mammy privileges, guys.
Okay. I'm doing it. I have a plan. This is the best plan that we can do. We either have to deal with this now or later. We're already here.
You know,
I'm
outside
also-
of Lilura, you know what just reminded me of? It literally is the idea of if you get in too many car accidents, the insurance will just stop supporting you. If you abuse the substitute too often, the substitute program just stops working.
So what you're saying is
our
that.
mammies, we won't be there.
So you're saying that we can abuse them up to a certain point.
No.
There's a threshold.
Who's the line?
I'm also going to hand Lynn my crossbow bolts as well, just in case.
Yeah, mine as well, since I don't even use my crossbow.
I'm so
Now-
happy.
Here's the thing. If I... Okay. If I die, and I take all of these with me, that's a problem for everybody else.
Oh, okay,
It's
I'll just keep mine
true.
then.
Don't we have rocks or
I mean,
Yeah.
what, at this point,
Dude, this
the
is-
rope
here's
that
what I'm
Oliver
saying. Here's
suggested
why we have
probably seems like
rope.
the best
Yeah.
suggestion.
Yeah, the rope.
I think the rope is
Rope.
good, because that'll help me get back. So if I run out of arrows, I can come back using the rope.
True. Also,
Oh,
here's a bunch of rocks. I pick up a whole bunch of pebbles off the ground.
If we
We'll
run
take
out
as
of rope
many
length,
as I can
we
carry.
can use our hair because when you step on hair, it has a very distinct texture.
And a lot of
This
screaming
is
involved.
also assuming that you're going into this barefoot, because if you are really trying to do the hair idea, hair's texture is usually felt better with bare feet, not with
Hey,
shoes.
I've stepped on hair before with. It's
Mm.
really weird, but I've done it before, and it grits against the ground.
It's
I
the
know what it is.
yo Oliver puts down notes.
It grits against the ground. Yes.
I have no hair.
Let me see. Okay. I'm gonna do one more thing before I go. I'm gonna, what do I need? I'm gonna take, I'm gonna go into my mouth, I'm gonna pull out one of my teeth.
Mhm.
And, I need, who wants to hold this? This will make sure that I can communicate with you while I'm in there.
That's smart, Lynn.
I think Thraxor probably takes it, not because he's the most responsible, but because
No,
he's the
remember this, everyone.
Thraxor.
So, Lynn is a specific race that says you can remove a lock of your hair, one of your nails, or one of your teeth, imbue it with magic until you finish a long rest, allowing you to take these actions: telepathic message or remote viewing to the recipient of the token.
Yeah. Excellent.
Basically, it is a strange racial talent variant of a walkie-talkie.
I love it.
You won't be able to communicate with me, but I can talk to you. And I'll keep you updated as I go.
Okay. I guess I'll take it then. Well, I imagine Thraxor took it, and then I took it from Thraxor.
That's right. It
No
was
problem.
mine.
Yes. Okay. We'll share it, Thraxor. I'll just hold it for now because and then I don't finish the sentence.
So, with that in mind, Lynn.
I will check in every few seconds, and
Okay.
if it gets to the point where I'm not responding, then yeah, there may be a problem.
Oh man.
If we tug on the rope and you don't tug back, we'll know you're.
Oh, don't tug on the rope. Definitely don't do
We're
that.
cutting
Smart.
cords of it.
So, are you ready?
Smart.
Are you ready, Lynn?
Yes, I am. I have my bag, and it has a bunch of rocks. It has the remaining arrows that I have, and I got the other rope, which I'm gonna just feed along the ground as I'm walking. But did I take someone's rope, or am I using mine?
Right. So far you have 50.
all of our ropes.
So far, yeah, I guess
Well,
if
I
you
don't
take.
want to carry everybody's rope. I think 100 feet will be okay, but
All right.
Yeah.
okay, I'll take 100 feet of rope.
I have
I'll start
another
with this
idea
one.
to go along with the rope.
Yeah?
I have 5 sticks of incense. Light one and keep going. Because
You can
we'll be
smell
able
it?
to smell. I'll be able to smell you at least.
I have nothing to
Oh
light
yeah,
it.
won't the incense be
I
eliminated
can
by
light
the
it for you.
what's it?
You have to remember
Abyssal
that, like,
thingy?
This is
what was
a lot
it?
scary.
Like gas fills up the volume of the space, so technically it would always be filling up the space that exists.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's very
I
smart.
hate this place.
That's the case. I got some incense as well.
I have 5 sticks of incense.
I have 2 incense. Yeah.
I think we're making this a little complicated.
So
So
here.
I can,
let's
but
just-
I have no way of lighting it. Unless you want to light it now.
You can take my stuff to light it.
So, ready? Let's just go ahead and begin.
All right,
Okay.
let's go.
Lynn, you are the one who is going in, or is there anyone else accompanying Lynn?
I mean, I was way too scared to enter this darkness.
Understandable. It
I
is
can go with
extremely
Lynn
scary
if
to
you
do
want
this.
someone to go with you.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take out my booklet. Here, and I hand this to you. Oh, my brain just went dead for a second.
Namielle?
Yeah. Hold on to this. My book. Don't open it. Just hold on to it.
Okay.
All right. And I go in.
Okay.
Ow.
You have entered the current square space. Let me go ahead and get this for you. Alright. So once again, you all lose sight of Lynn as soon as he enters into the void. At this point, it is merely whatever sound echoes until you do not hear him anymore because he will be too far in. Lynn,
This is so scary. Holy shit.
what would you like to do?
I'll start with one of the rocks. Actually, I'll take one of the rocks and I'll throw it in front of me.
Alright,
onto
you
the
throw it in front of you. You all hear the sound of the rock that echoes.
I'm gonna continue forward then and continue to feed the rope along the ground.
Okay. Making sure that the rope doesn't have like any sort of like tug as to accidentally pull it into a wall, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is next?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna take another rock and I'm gonna throw it to the right.
You hear the sound. At this point, everyone, the moment the rock started reverberating from here, you do not hear the rock anymore. Anyone outside of Lynn does not hear it anymore.
All right.
That is terrifying.
Because if you
I'm gonna
recall,
keep going, and I'm just gonna.
this is just to like visually understand, so everyone understands the page we're on. If sound echoes out like this,
No, it's
then
dead.
it,
Oh yeah,
then,
sound can reflect off the abyss thing.
yeah, sound cannot reflect off of the abyss. So the only person who can now hear the sound moving forward is Lynn.
That is terrifying. That is
Yeah.
Yes. Which also,
Okay.
this is the worst part, Lynn. Because of that, your only means of audio is the sound of this, your own footsteps, and any communication you have with that thing. You cannot even hear the air pass by you.
Oh,
my
god,
gosh.
it's awful.
I've had dreams. I've had nightmares about this. So, I love this. Right. I'm gonna take another rock. I don't know how many rocks I have.
Mhm.
Toss it.
We'll say you have 28 left.
Okay, 28. I will toss it. If I walked forward, I will toss it to my left now.
All right. I have to make sure I'm doing this on the right layer, otherwise I fuck up everything when I try to move you.
Okay.
Alright.
Feeding the rope behind me, and as I do, I'm just gonna communicate with whoever's holding the tooth that I'm still alive, just taking my time.
He's still alive, everyone.
By the way, this is also assuming
Do they
that
get-
every single time you move forward, you take 6 seconds, because you want to be as careful as possible.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely like gonna spend at least like 10 to 15 seconds just like, alright, feeding the rope very carefully. After about like 30 or 40 seconds, you hear, if it does work, you'll hear, still alive, take my
Okay.
time.
So assuming that that's the case, so everyone understands how like slow paced this is, which is understandable. You want to be patient with this. Every single time he enters a square, which for some of you, you can easily cross 6 squares in a single turn. It takes him 3 rounds of combat to just evaluate everything and enter into a new square. So this is something he has been extremely careful with.
I'm going to take another rock and throw it in front of me.
You do not hear a single sound.
That is so creepy. I'm gonna take another rock, turn 90 degrees to the right, and throw it in front of me.
You hear a sound?
I will continue forward, feeding the rope, sending an update. Still alive, still going.
Okay.
Take a rock. Turn 90 degree. Now, you know what? I'll take a rock and I'll throw it directly in front of me.
Right. You hear no sound.
Alright. Turn 90 degrees to my left. Take another rock. Throw that too.
Mhm.
As I'm going, I'm just kind of, as I'm feeding the rope every now and then, I'm just kind of having that, I'm gonna double check moment, and I'm just kind of tapping my foot around behind me to make sure that the rope is still there on the ground. Well, it's still there. Pretty good.
Okay.
I'm gonna take another rock and throw that directly in front of me.
Alright. Also, thank you so much, CD Gaming, for the follow. You proceed to move forward. And at this point, now that you have moved far enough away, I now require you to give me a navigation check with advantage due to the rope and the sound that you've been doing. Normally the DC would be very high, but because of the precautions you all have taken to this, the DC has been dropped significantly.
Right. What kind of check is this?
This is a navigation, which is usually based on survival.
I'm very good at survival.
Yep.
Advantage, you said?
Yep.
Or
With
advantage?
with advantage, and the DC has been dropped.
Both were not great.
Alright.
Well,
You
Do you have inspiration from earlier?
I do have an inspiration. I'm going to use that.
okay? Please use the inspiration.
It's a D8
That is
or
correct.
D10.
It is a D8. With a
Did I roll?
16, with a 16 total. You feel so. There's this is the best way I can describe this. Do you guys understand how there's a thing that happens to prisoners when they're put in an isolation room, and it's almost like a madness effect inducing. You feel claustrophobic. You feel claustrophobic. You feel these symptoms that really make you isolate from the world, even though you have things that tether you to the world. Your brain is starting to think. 1 minute, 6 seconds starts feeling like 18, then a minute, then 10 minutes. You start second guessing yourself. And due to the fact that you have failed your first survival check, I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw to resist going mad.
Oh no. Wisdom saving throw?
Yep, wisdom save.
Up to 12.
Alright. Please roll a d100.
Ah, fuck.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Dude.
That's a 5 on the D100.
Please roll 1d10.
Okay. That's a 1.
Alright. So you all recall how, so everyone on the outside, you know that Lynn typically checks in every 18 seconds or so. We'll even round it to like every half a minute. Lynn does not check in for a pure minute because on Lynn's side, you basically are feeling the effect of the best movie, because I can just relate this the most, is Get Out, where you retreat into your own mind and become paralyzed for a minute. You see yourself, you feel yourself like what first felt like a claustrophobic feeling all of a sudden becomes freeing. You feel yourself getting smaller as you feel more insignificant in the void of darkness. It isn't until you try to move that you realize the paralysis effect, and you realize that it's not the world that's getting smaller. It's not you that's getting smaller. It's the fact that you're retreating deeper and deeper into a darker place in your own mind. It's almost like your body's survival mechanic of trying to fathom being surrounded by death to retreat into itself.
I'm just gonna recite like the camels' names in my head. I'm like Hector, Norma, Dahlia.
Numbers.
Mm-hmm. And you all, once again, Lilura, because you're the one who innately is the contact, you notice that Lynn does not check in.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what to do about this. I start talking to the tooth because I can't remember if I'm able to communicate with him. I'm like, Lynn?
I'll double check that right now. I don't think that's how it works. So, as an action, I can send a message to a creature holding or carrying the token as long as it's within 10 miles.
You would be able
and
to.
The message
Remember
can
that
be
the
up to
paralysis.
25 words. That's it.
Remember that the paralysis ability makes it that you are incapacitated. You have no actions or reactions to take.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
I think I still yell at the tooth in hopes that he'll answer, and then I'm like, I pardon, I don't know what to do about this. I have a whole bunch of things that could get me to him if I could see him, but obviously I can't see them.
At this point, Lynn, you finally pull back in and respond back to the messages that have been pinging in your mind.
Hello. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank God.
Oh my goodness, that was bad.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Having a bit of a panic attack right now. Just give me a second.
Oh no. I have a spell I should have cast on you before you went in. Let me see what the range is on that. See if I can do it without seeing.
Can't hear a word she is saying.
Oh, am I?
No, it doesn't work the other way around.
That is correct.
Okay.
On top of this, I do now need to let you know this now.
Yeah.
Lynn, you can tell that what you just innately felt was a tinge of madness. Now that you're back in reality, you can feel the connection. You feel the rope. You're like, okay, it was just all a bad moment. It was just a bad moment. But then it dawns on you. People who usually suffer a bout of short-term madness can last anywhere from a minute to 10 minutes, with the next madness that follows lasting anywhere from 10 to 100 hours. If you fail your next survival check, followed by failing your next wisdom check, you can potentially be out of commission for so long of time it becomes apparent that you might be dead, even if you are in place.
I'm gonna roll a d6. On even, I continue forward. On odds, I go back. That's a 6.
You keep moving forward?
I keep moving forward.
Alright.
Well, not literally forward.
Hey.
I take a rock, and I throw it. I line myself up to where the rope and the path is behind me. And I throw it. I throw the rock to my left.
Alright.
Okay. Turn 90 degrees to my right. And I throw it forward.
Okay.
Alright. Take another rock. Why not? Throw another one in front of me.
Okay.
Alright. Take one rock, turn 90 degrees to my left, and throw it to the left.
Okay.
Alright. Take another rock, throw it in front of me. I think I'm almost halfway through my rocks.
Mm-hmm. And on top of this, in 3 more spaces is another check.
Okay. Anything that I can do.
Side
No,
note, I think it's really the music. While it is originally good for a desert, this is so ominous that I love it for its purpose.
It's so scary. I am like having to remind myself to breathe.
Yeah.
I haven't lost a character yet in my career. Not about to have that happen anytime, but this will be a great way to have that happen. Alright.
It's not starting today.
I'm gonna take the rock and throw it to my... let's go left. 90 degrees to my left and throw another one. Okay. We're getting pretty good at this. Let's take a rock and let's throw one in front of me. But continue left. Alright, we'll turn 90 degrees to my right. And throw a rock that direction. Okay. That's different.
Oh.
I turn 90 degrees to my right. I know that the rope is there. I feel around for it on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
reassuring
Yes, you do.
myself. I turn 90 degrees to my right again, facing down, and I throw a rock that direction.
Oh, God.
That's good. We brought the rope. I'm going to feel for the rope, and I'm going to walk along a couple of feet as I am...
That is space
picking
number
it back up.
That is space number 2. Once you confirm your next movement, which is pretty obvious where you're going to go, you will then be doing another check.
Yep. I'm going to rock, throw it to my left. And I'm going to say, and I'm just doing my same check-ins.
And now it's time, everyone, for a survival check. Remember, if he
gosh.
fails this, he will be
Roll
running
with
from
advantage?
this. Yes, you still roll with advantage. DC is still of a certain number, and it, once again, for everyone wondering, it is reduced from the original number it was set to because of every single precaution you have all taken.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I had advantage, I rolled a 1 and a 6. I literally just need to roll better than that on advantage.
I cannot literally roll worse than that.
And on top of this, remember this, not only did you roll that, you also added 4 to that, so you rolled into a 16 and still failed.
That's true, yep. I rolled a 21 in total.
21 total?
21.
Right.
21.
You still feel secure.
Oh, thank God.
God damn, dude.
Alright. I'll let you know you're probably about halfway through this.
Oh my God.
Dude, bro.
Okay. You
I'm
ready,
gonna
Lynn?
take a rock. Yep, take another rock, turn 90 degrees to my right, throw it that way. How am I doing on a rope?
You have 100 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
So how many? think I have about 10 stones left.
Use them wisely.
Okay. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to take out the arrows. And I'm going to instead toss the arrows onto the ground.
Okay.
I'm going to throw one to my right. Or straight in front of me, because I was going that direction. Okay. That's one arrow. I'm going to take another arrow. Throw it to my... Throw another one in front of me. Okay. Alright. Throw one to my left.
3 out of 6 spaces moved. 3 more spaces and you'll be doing another survival check.
An arrow, I will throw straight in front of me. Another arrow, I'll throw to the right. Okay, interesting. Another arrow I will throw to the left. Okay.
2 more spaces remaining. It's also at this point. Thank you so much, Yoda Sora, for the follow. It's also at this moment you realize that the movement you just caused is causing the rope to spiral in to form a loop.
Yeah, I do notice.
Yes.
Okay.
When you kind of feel the ground and realize. Also, Yoda Sora, thank you so much for the reminder to hydrate and everyone posture check. You know, obviously leaning forward can scare people. Don't get scoliosis.
Oh yeah.
I'm just holding my breath. I need to stop.
I'm gonna get some. I know. Jesus Christ! Why would you do this to him? I fucking look just terrified.
So,
I'm not going to mess with the rope because I really don't want to mess with it. I feel like if I pull on it or try to like collect it up again, that's gonna
it's gonna cause some sort of like internal thing.
Yeah.
2 more spaces, and then you end up having to go through another madness potential.
I'll throw another arrow to. I'll do it to my left, so directly in front of me. Okay. Then I will turn to my right, and I'll do another one that way.
Oh, I totally forgot I totally forgot I have to remove that generator. Sorry, Yoda Sora. The point we haven't done the name generator thing in a while, and honestly, it's probably not going to come up in this session. So.
Damn, rip.
One space remaining before your next check.
I'm running out of arrows soon. I'm gonna throw one to my left. Okay. I'll throw another one in front of me.
Alright, please give me the survival check. God, I remember this feeling doing this to people. The constantly holding your breath. Alright.
Yeah, just make sure to breathe.
You
Don't
succeed.
fucking hold your breath.
Alright. The counter has been reset. In case you haven't noticed, it's every time you go through 6 spaces.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
I know you can't hear it through the tooth, but you feel somewhere Lilura screaming, "You're doing great, sweetie!"
I'm running out of arrows, but we're gonna keep going. Let's throw one in front of me.
Okay.
Throw another one in front of me. Okay.
Also, Lynn, you've been granted an additional advantage.
love you.
This is from Vaughn, by the way.
Let's go on, continue along the streak. Let's throw another arrow in front of me. Clackety, clackety, clack. Okay, good to know. Go to my left, 90 degrees. Okay. 180-degree turn. Another arrow. Okay.
I know I messed up. I accidentally drew on the wrong one.
Lost a hand, that's okay.
So,
Ooh. Okay. We're gonna throw one to. We're gonna throw one to my left. Another arrow. Okay. One arrow left.
all right.
I'm gonna hold on to that arrow and I'm gonna switch back to rocks. I think I have 10 more rocks. So, I'm gonna throw a rock in front of me. Okay.
Oh!
The giant annihilation box.
You have made it.
Instant
As
death.
soon as you pass to the other side, this is a well-lit room. Oh.
God damn, dude.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Now the rest of us has to make
So,
it.
you guys want to know what's the worst part about this trial?
What?
I'm about to show you the answer that's gonna piss you off.
What is it?
I wonder if anyone's getting it yet.
Please
Ah,
don't.
you son of a bitch.
Tetris?
It is fucking Tetris. God.
Doom,
Oh
doom, doom,
my.
doom, 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 doom,
It is
doom.
the man that arranges the blocks.
He just yells out,
Do we all
Stephers.
have to go through this one?
No. Oh, thank
No.
God, no. Lynn has already laid out the path, so
Runs through,
Even
dies.
if you, I still laid out a path, so you're good.
I don't know, just imagine it's like, alright, Misty
Oh,
step
okay.
into the book.
yeah, so here, go ahead and take a nice breather. Yodosoro, in case you've been wondering, they are inside of a massive dungeon that is filled with trials. The first trial that they did was a trial of understanding how to read a pattern and go through, which is called the trial of gas, and it was potentially a chamber that was constantly filling up with a flammable gas that would, potentially ignite and explode our characters. This one was a trap of pure navigation and blindness. Not only was this a magical darkness filled area, anywhere that you've seen me filled in was a annihilation space. If they made a misstep, they would lose a character walking into the wrong space. So with every precaution they did, with rope that they would leave behind as slack, rocks and arrows to throw forward as well, and so much reassurance, I not only dropped the DC, I also gave them a constant advantage due to all the prep work that they did for this trap. And now Lynn is on the other side of it with the rope as slack to be able to guide him back all the way through. And the worst part is every 6 spaces Lynn went through, he had to do a survival check, and if he failed, he had to do a wisdom check to withstand going mad within the space. It is such an exhilarating trial. I think this is by far one I love this one a lot.
I
rest of
actually
the
hate this
party-
one.
The rest of the party who was doing absolutely nothing
Mhm.
were holding our breaths the entire
Yes.
Lost my magic sword.
Yes. Oh, that's right. He lost his magic sword when they first tested this out. Okay, so
time. Maybe there's a magic sword in that rail.
you do see an already unlocked and open chest, and inside of this chest is what looks like a red what's I'm looking for?
Snake?
Yeah, like a ruby red snake.
Ooh.
Is
When
it a real snake or is it like a
No,
like a
similar to the ones you guys have found thus far. So when you find it, it coils around your arm. It coils around your arm, and you're able to go back through the trial. With
name
though
use?
still uncomfortable as to what this trial like implied for you, you follow the rope and bring it all the way back. I'd imagine. Are you picking it up as you go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take my time, just kind of coiling. Well,
I mean, if you're picking it up as you go, you'll be able to find your way back. Just
yeah, but I don't want to pick it up. I mean, I left enough slack on the ground to where if I like am walking and like picking it up, it shouldn't be too terrible. As long as I like go slowly, it should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just take your time going back. So
Yeah, I'll just
let's
take my
see, it's
time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
I have
12, 13.
one.
Do you understand? This trial alone took you 13 minutes, assuming we're rounding it up to 15 minutes just to get through it, and with the excess amount of time, realistically, because no, it took even longer because of the paralysis. You were in this trial alone for half an hour.
Oh,
And when you finally come out, all of you see Lynn phase through the darkness like a being coming out of a dark portal. And on his arm is the red snake.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
You did it, partner. You did it.
No, it's actually, it's actually quite nice in there. You got to spend some alone time and just, you really can reflect. Sorry, I lost my accent. You can really reflect on who you are as a person in there. I don't really recommend it for everybody.
I don't ever want to go in there.
I know my hair is white, but I was getting gray hairs. Just waiting.
I was
yes,
actually.
I was actively trying not to vomit.
Oh god, that's such a good trial. Okay, so takes you guys some time to get back. When you finally,
we have 3 more.
Yeah, when you finally get back, oh fuck. There's a huge breather. You see the light from the campfire. Damien and Lilura are delighted to see you all, but notice that all of you clearly are as pale as ghosts and look like you all could use a nice warm meal. Enough with some spare provisions and rations. Hey, you all look like you could use a snack. Here, we have some stew that already cooked up and ready for you guys to serve yourselves.
Oh, good. Yes.
You may all. It's up to you whether or not you believe this is because last week, like when we left off, it was during the afternoon. So we'll say like your bodies are starting to feel a little tired. While yes, you could probably push forward and maybe do one more trial. Doing anything on exhaustion is pretty scary, knowing that exhaustion gives you disadvantage.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I don't know about you all, but I definitely could use the breather because that was harrowing, even though I was not the one in there.
You should definitely sit down and rest.
Yeah, there's some rest.
Yeah, now you'll just collapse on the floor.
Oh, that. Damien, Laura, those magic weapons you had, do you still have any by chance lying around?
No, why? What happened?
Oh, what happened? Plans with some annihilation magic and, well...
Oh. I mean... Fuck. That's a real shame.
You don't? That's fine. I have a spare sword somewhere in the car, so I'll just go and grab that. It was a bit of a harrowing experience.
Lynn, if I may see that sword, I can enhance it.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes. You know,
I'll go get the,
ruin crafting, so bring me it.
I go grab the short sword and I bring it back from the cart.
Alright, this is gonna take like
Might as well bring
the day, like the rest of the day.
Yeah, luckily enough, it's literally like that's what the whole purpose of long rest downtime is, because technically, you guys don't have to worry about shifts during this, but you can at minimal you have to sleep 6 hours of your long rest, unless you are a race that does not require the sleep or can bypass it through some other means.
I would just put my crossbow and bolts in the cart.
Alright.
Yep. And so
me a couple hours.
You may all benefit from the full long rest. And
Yay.
through that harrowing experience, Lynn, while for you it definitely was a trial that for you is a lot. This is more of a milestone for everyone else to catch up to you.
Ooh, nice.
The rest of you catch up to 7th level with Lynn, while Lynn had undergone such a harrowing thing.
Oh God!
We
yes.
all played a lot of rock paper scissors while he was in there and got really good at it.
Yeah.
Alright, I handled it in the +1, dude.
I
Yeah,
now
it was
have
a bit of-
evasion.
Bit of a harrowing experience. So that night, I kind of just go to Damien. I'm just like, "Hey, I almost died a little bit. What are you doing? What are you doing tonight?"
Not really much.
All right, let's go. I'll give you something to do. And I go into the cart with him.
All right. Damien completely obliges by this
I'm
and
to play
is
as rock,
more
paper,
than
scissors in
willing
the
to have a bit of entertainment.
We're gonna go wrestle for a little while.
Have fun.
Oh.
Allura's looking at him like, Dick, I was gonna use the cart tonight.
I
Yeah,
need
what?
to sleep. Holy shit, that was stressful.
Oh, we're level 7 now, right?
Yes, you are all level 7. You all benefit
I-
from long rest.
Escort Namielle away from the cart as much as possible, trying to
on?
preserve her innocence.
Oh shit. We have to put
I
her
have
ears through the
evasion and
annihilation
stillness
space.
of mind. Nice.
Put Namielle's ears through the annihilation space. They won't be able to hear anymore that way.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Someone cast silence! Someone cast silence!
So
Man, that's three.
you are all able to.
Oh, that ain't gonna do much.
All right. It doesn't do much when there's the visual of the rocking of the cart.
Right there.
It reminds me of my younger days.
Through your guys' level ups and what you've gone through, you fear for the fact that was just 2 out of 5 of the trials, and this is something that is all of this is once again in vain to hopefully find the City of Gold at the bottom of this. There is one thing I will probably leave off on this, is that through your guys' long rest, your time spent, Lilura and Namielle, when you guys went off, you noticed an interesting indent on the floor, trying to okay, keep your eyes down, let's not look around. And you notice that at the center of this room is what looks like 5 snakes that are eating each other's tails.
Oh, the Ouroboros.
Hmm.
Ouroboros? There's a word for that.
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
Snake eating its
Yeah.
own tail.
Mhm. But there are 5 of them, so almost arranged in a perfect circle.
Huh. Well, I believe that is what we are working towards.
And so, it is with this long rest, this level up, and 2 of the 5 trials completed. That is actually what we are calling it for tonight, everyone. If you enjoyed today's content, want to support what we do, feel free to follow and subscribe on Twitch. We are the Tuesday group is now 3 tallies in the competition to get a commission piece of a scene. Saturday group is still in the lead with 5. And if you want any more notifications, possible chance to participate in even content polls, follow the Twitter, check out the TikTok, and join the Undead Legion Discord where you can hang out with us in the general chats. And for any VODs, such as tonight's episode, check out the Seamless YouTube channel. Probably in maybe about half an hour, I'm going to continue on my Pokemon Nuzlocke. So if you guys are going to stick around, we'll see you in half an hour. If not, we'll catch you on later. Night, everyone.
Good night!
I'm gonna do an advantage of the performance check, and it was good.